What's happening, Who Dat Nation? Welcome into today's live show. It's our live edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports. I am here with producer Patrick Seatman. He's a legend. We're about to have some fun. We're going to talk a whole lot of fun Saints news, rumors, updates. Should the Saints go and sign Saquon Barkley? I'm going to give you all my thoughts. And then on top of all that, we have a fan-led Who Dat Nation mock draft where you get to make the picks, and then we're going to publish a video about all of it and tomorrow or later this week. So you guys made it known in yesterday's video in the comment section you wanted to do this fan-led mock draft, so let's get after it here shortly. But first, question of the day: would you go and sign Frank Clark? Because we're going to be talking about Frank Clark later on in today's show. Type HY for hell yes. Type D for I'd rather draft a defensive end. Let me know in the comment section what's going on. Who Dat? Let's go from Mark. Who Dat from Chris. Freedom of God. Keep the Who Dats going. You know what? You know all about that action. Sorry about that. Clearly a little frazzle-brained. Music is fire from Seth. Appreciate you, brother. It is a pretty good tape, I'd say. What's up, Trizzy Trace? Also, Mozzie Smith. We can talk about Mozzie. No, he said AFX wants to draft a defensive end. Mark wants to draft a defensive end. Interstellar says, who dat? Jose says, hell yes, he wants Frank Clark. JSJ wants Tyjae Spears. I agree with you. I am on the Tyjae train. I am team Tyjae. 85 people hanging out with us. 23 people have liked it. Hit the thumbs up icon. We got a whole lot to talk about. Hell yeah from Chris. Freedom of God. Zion says who dat, or hell yeah, excuse me. We want Tyjae. If you think the Pelicans can pull it off tonight, just type Pels. Let's go Pels. Whatever you want to do. Next question on today's video. We're going to be talking about Mark Ingram. He wants to come back for his 13th season in the NFL. Should the Saints bring him back? Type R for return or type W for he's washed. He might be a little bit washed. He's a little bit older, but he's still a quality piece of the Saints offense in the past few years. He's a Saints legend nonetheless. People are tight getting those votes in. Mark says, let's go Pels, baby. Seen a lot of W's from Jay Stutter, Robert Davis, JSJ. He says let him return. Let's go Pels from Thomas Lathers. Jose typing his W. Robert typing his W. Courtney typing his W. He can't stay healthy. He does have a health issue. He's getting old. He is. It happens. I still want Mark Ingram from Thomas Lathers. Ryan, where do you find these rumors? Bleacher Report, Twitter. Some of them are just straight off the dome because that's what we can do. Because I'm a creative young guy. That's what I can make happen, my guy. Let's see. How will this affect LeBron's legacy? It's a good question, AFX. It's a good question. Clyde wants Leonard Fournette. I am him has the Who Dats going. Get the Florida Lees. Get the Black Hearts. I love it. Sign Saquon from JS Stutter. Bring him back for death from Will Vaughn. Tyjae Who Dat from Mark. Corey says he is washed as well. So, all right, I'm going to set a minute timer. Y'all know how this thing works. Y'all know how we like to get down here. I'm going to set a 1 minute timer. Rapid fire type Saints as we welcome in producer Patrick Seatman. Who's going to be the MVP? Who's going to be the comment MVP? I want everyone typing Saints as many times as you can. I'm going to get it started. And I'm just going to go. I see Seth. I see Jason. I see Ryan. I see Corey. I see Jose. I see Jason again. Corey, Robert, Courtney. Seems.
There's too many people, Trace.
There's too many people. Keep them going. 30 seconds left. I think Seth is winning this one.
Seth's up there.
Seth is definitely up there.
Courtney's up there, too.
DJ's definitely giving him a run for his money. I got to say, DJ's giving him a run for his money. Jordan B is typing it. Hope you're not a certain Jordan B.
You guys are typing Saints
Hope you're not a certain Jordan B. Tedra, Zion, Mark. Did you get that one? Brandon, Zion, Robert. Oh my gosh, Seth, you might lose it. You might blow the lead. 3, 2, 1. All right, dude. Who are we going with?
I'm gonna go run the numbers real quick.
All right, run the numbers. Let me know. Just let me know in my ear. Let me know who you think it is. Keep them coming, go. Keep them going. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up icon on today's video. Do not forget to hit the thumbs up icon on today's video. 103 people watching, 31 likes. We're going to be talking about whether or not the Saints should go and sign Saquon Barkley in NFL free agency, because he is not signing the free agent or his franchise tag with the New York Giants. So we got a lot to talk about, but keep the Saints coming. Keep the Saints going. Also, we have a very fun Who Dat Nation fan-led mock draft coming up. But if we want to get the party started a little bit early, I got a happy dad. I'm a little thirsty. Send in a super chat, because if you send in a super chat, we'll get crazy. We'll wave around the towels. We'll put on some beads. If we get to $100, I'll put on the Saints wrestling mask that I know y'all are so fond of. So if you want to get on the show, use hashtag Saints. We will have a mailbag later in today's show. Better yet, super chat. It's like the fast pass at Disney World. Basically, you get to go ahead and skip the line. If you send in a super chat, we answer your question immediately, we answer your question in depth, and we show you a little extra love. So, Seeps, are the numbers in?
Numbers are in, Trey.
Drum roll, please! And the comment MVPs so far are, boom, Seth and Courtney. Shout out Seth and Courtney. Type your S's and type your Courtneys for Seth Centipede and Courtney Burgess. I never can get it right. I'm so sorry. Sorry, girl. You know I love you, though. Keep them going. Keep the Saints going. Seth, congratulations. Courtney, congratulations. Y'all are our MVPs so far. So let me tell you a little bit about how this fan-led mock draft is going to work. We're going to get into it after this first segment. So what's going to happen? You get to make the picks. I'm going to set the live poll here in the chat. I'm going to put 4 draft prospects up on the poll. We're also going to have a graphic similar to this with type 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just going to blow it up and let me know. That's how you're going to vote. And I'm going to I have the PFF mock draft right in front of me. I'm going to be telling you who's available, what's an option, who's been taken by what teams. And if you want to influence the decision, you can send in a super chat, but make sure that you include the name of the player that you want to pick. And so how this works is $1 super chat, you get 2 votes. So if you send in 5, you're going to get 10 votes. If you send in 20, you get 50 votes, a little bit of extra value there. And if you send in $50 or more, you get to make the pick, no questions asked. Help us out, and let's get this thing started as Courtney is gonna get the party started. And I'm gonna open up my happy dad. I'm gonna get this drink. This is the Courtney drink of the day. Got a little watermelon action for you. Courtney, let's see what you have to say.
Great mailbag question too, Courtney. We're gonna answer that on the mailbag at the end of today's show too.
Good question. Good question. Should we try and trade for that linebacker from the Bucs that wants out? Devon White? He wants out. Former LSU Tiger. But he puts up a lot of tackles. He gets a lot of tackles. But I almost want to say, I think you're better off not going and getting him, because I think you'd have to give up like a 3rd or a 4th round pick. That being said, linebacker's a position of need, but I have 3 draft targets that I think the Saints could have better production, and it would help out longer term if they go and draft one of those 3 players over trading for Devon White. But Courtney, thank you so much for asking your question. Once again, cheers.
Shout out to you, Courtney. We appreciate it.
Shout out to you, Courtney. And all right, y'all know that we love our guy, producer Seeps. He wants to get this party started. We have 96 people watching, 41 likes, unacceptable. Our guy, Producer Seepman, is a legend here. So hit the thumbs up icon for Producer Seeps, because he's running the 1s and 2s. He's busting his ass. He's working hard. And he is the reason that this entire show is possible today. So hit the thumbs up icon for Producer Seepman. Hit the thumbs up icon if you want to get this thing started. And also show some love by typing PS in the chat. Y'all know how we do it. We want to show him some love because this is the Who Dat Nation, and we want to show some love to our guy, Producer Seeps. He's a legend. He's a legend.
Trace, I'll tell him one.
What?
I'm not getting off this screen until we get to at least 60 likes. We're 7 away. I know there's 7 people out there.
I'm gonna one up it. I want 69 likes. Very nice. How much? I want 69 likes.
Let's do it.
I want 69 likes because I'm a toddler and I'm extremely immature, and I am fully aware of that. But you need to hit the thumbs up icon to make that happen. You need to make that happen by hitting the thumbs up icon. And also, if you hate the Falcons, like this dang video. Come on now, 56 likes. We're not going until we get to 69. We could sit here all day. The thing is, I'm done with the rest of my work for the day. I could sit here all day long. So hit the thumbs up icon if you want to get this thing started. So that way we can get to the fan-led mock draft. That way we can get to the mock draft. Courtney is definitely our show MVP so far. In terms of she sent in a $10 super chat. She's leading the charge there. Seth, one of our co-comment MVPs of the day. It's pretty awesome. We're a big shout out to y'all for helping us out so far. Help us get this thing out there. Oh, Boo sent in a $5 super chat. I got 5 on it. Says Darnell Jackhammer Washington. That's a tight end out of Georgia. Darnell Washington has been mocked to the Saints plenty of times. He is quite literally Andre the Giant at tight end. I love what he's able to do. I think that he would be a phenomenal pick for the Saints in the second round. I wouldn't hate seeing the Saints bring in a guy like Darnell Washington because he can go and pass catch. He can also block really well. He's just a physical specimen. It's incredible how big he is and how talented he is. He moves very, very well. So I like this as a draft target. So Boo, appreciate you. I'm gonna send you a quick cheers. Mm-hmm. Should I change the title then? Huh? Tom's changing it? Oh, fuck. Okay. I know I messed it up. I know I messed something up. All right, guys. So we're going to keep this. We're going to make one quick change because we got to get this thing started, but we're still not at 69 likes. Come on now. Hit the thumbs up icon and like this video if you're ready to get this thing going. Like it for producer Seeps. He's working so hard today. Crazy Cajun Restoration. I see your question in there. You can't do hashtag and then space Saints. You gotta do hashtag Saints like as one word because otherwise our system won't pull it and we can't get your question on the mailbag. And it's a good question, so I want to be sure to include that in the mailbag. So Cajun, if you can get to that, get to it, my guy. All right, we're gonna get this thing started. We are right about 69 likes. Producer Seeps, are you ready to go over there? All right, cool. I am ready as well. Let's get this thing started. We're talking about some free agency buzz. We're talking about a couple draft targets. It's going to get a little fun. It's going to get a little weird, and it's going to be a great damn show. Who Dat Nation, like this video, and let's get this thing started. So Bleacher Report recently listed Frank Clark as a player that the Saints could still sign in NFL free agency. We're talking some Saints free agency rumors. We're talking some draft buzz and some draft targets. But before we get to that, I was talking with the bosses today. We were out in the office having a team meeting, and they said, Trace, you've been doing good, but we need you to do great. You need to get to 14,000 subscribers by the first day of the NFL draft, which is April 27th, If we can get to 14K by April 27th, we do not have to go sub-only mode. Meaning, if we don't reach that milestone, we may have to turn on sub-only mode, meaning you don't get to comment, you don't get to interact unless you're subscribed. So help us out, make that not be the case. Subscribe today. We're about 500 away. Let's lock it in for Saints news, rumors, and all sorts of fun content. All right, so let's see what Bleacher Report had to say about Frank Clark in terms of what he could do for the New Orleans Saints. He said after 4 seasons in Kansas City, the veteran is looking for a third NFL home. Frank Clark registered a modest 24 pressures and 5 sacks during the 2022 regular season, but again increased his impact in the playoffs. New Orleans has the space to land Clark and a need at edge rusher following the departure of Marcus Davenport for the Minnesota Vikings. So my biggest thing that I've said before and I'll continue to say is Cameron Jordan needs some help. You got to get somebody across the way or across the defensive line for Cameron Jordan to alleviate some of the pressure and get a pass rush, stop the run. And I'm not going to sit here and say Carl Granderson is a bad player. I'm going to sit here and say that, I don't think you should hate me for wanting more out of a player like that. And then also on top of that, I think Cameron Jordan is a phenomenal player, but he's not getting any younger. So if Peyton Turner can't be it, which it's starting to seem like that might be the case, he's quickly approaching bust status. Tano Passanio, he's a good rotational piece, but I don't think any of these guys are players that you could necessarily trust to take starting defensive end snaps. So this is why I think bringing in Frank Clark would make sense. Plus, team up with Colin Saunders, who we just won a Super Bowl with. So let's compare Frank Clark to Carl Granderson. So in 15 games played, Frank Clark had 39 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 13 QB hits, 5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Whereas Carl Granderson had 53 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 9 quarterback hits, 5.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble as well. But in terms of why I think Frank Clark would be a better player for the Saints, he lights it up in the playoffs. Every single year that the Chiefs have made a playoff run or been in the playoffs, he has been a key piece of that on their defense, especially these past couple years. 7 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 4 quarterback hits in this last year's playoff run, which ultimately led to the Chiefs winning a Super Bowl. And those numbers speak for themselves. Obviously, 2020 he didn't have any sacks, had very little pressures and stuff. But I think that Frank Clark would be a valuable member of the Saints defense, and he would really help boost that defensive line. And so I'm going to ask you this. What say you, Who Dat Nation? Would you sign Frank Clark in NFL free agency? Type HY for hell yes. Type D for I'd rather draft a defensive end. Let me know in the comment section. I'll be interacting with all of y'all whenever you guys let me know. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say. All right, so let's talk about a Saints draft target. Should the Saints look at drafting Tuli Pulotu? Excuse me, goodness gracious. That is a tongue twister, and I'm so sorry about that. He's a quality guy out of USC. The Trojan last year in 2022, he put up 46 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, 13.5 sacks. He had 3 pass breakups and 2 forced fumbles, and he had 56 quarterback pressures with a 13.9% rate. So in terms of scouting Tuipulotu, he's incredible. He was incredible, and he had great production at USC with the Trojans. He is great at shedding blocks. He's undersized, though, at 6'3", 266 pounds. He did have 16 missed tackles this season, which in my opinion is a little high, but he mainly plays edge, and he flashed on the inside on the defensive interior as well. And in terms of whether or not I think that he could be a good fit, sure, I think he could work out, but for me, I personally would rather go get a guy like Felix Anudike-Uzomah because out of Kansas State. I think that he's a quality player that could do a little bit more and be a little bit better of a fit for the defensive line. And I'm going to get into some more thoughts on that. And regardless of whoever does get picked, they're going to get one of these fresh lids. Get you one of these fresh hats, chatsports.com/Saints hat. It's the official draft hat. We have the flat bill, we have the baseball cap, and black. We have it in this gray and white. And then also, we have the Saints Derek Carr jersey. You see me rocking mine. Shout out to John Borelli and Wild 114. Y'all are real ones. Y'all are legends for helping us get to this point. So I got my jersey here at chatsports.com/SaintsCar. I know it has a 0. That's a placeholder picture. I'll update the picture next time we show you guys the jerseys. But either way, get geared up with Fanatics. I'll have the link to both the draft hats and the jerseys in the comment section and in the description of today's video. So that way you can look fresh on game day and the entire offseason. So let's talk about the draft target at the edge rushing position, Felix Anudike-Uzomah. He had 46 tackles last year for the Wildcats, 8.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a pass breakup. Standing at 6'4", 255 pounds, his physical tools surely are nice, and he has some really interesting traits. He has great bend around the edge and a good burst to max it. He has balance issues, though, and he is on the ground too much. That being said, he also needs work as a full-time run stopper, but I think that Dennis Allen has proven that he can develop quality defensive linemen as long as they stay healthy, and I think that he's shown that he knows how to elevate a defense, especially a guy on the defensive line where that is, where the games are won in the trenches. So you are on the clock, Who Dat Nation. Comment below. Which one of these two guys are you taking if you guys have the pick available? Type TT for Tuli Tuipulotu and type FAU for Felix Anudike-Uzomah. All right, so let's talk about Devon Achane. I almost messed it up. I can never get it right. I was literally joking with producer Seeps today. Can never get it right. Devon Achane, the Saints did host him on a pre-draft visit. He's the running back out of Texas A&M. So let's take a look at some of the pros versus some of the cons of Devon Achane. He is a speedster. He is so dang fast. He had a 4.32 40-yard dash. He only had 2 career fumbles and only 1 this year, which is awesome. If we remember last year, the Saints had a really bad fumbling problem. I don't want that to be the issue this year. Devon Achane, I feel like, could be a good proponent in making that not be the case. He had 53 missed tackles this year, which is great. He was breaking a lot of tackles. He was getting yards after contact, which is great, at 3.6 yards after contact. And he is explosive, excuse the typo, and he is a home run threat. But where there's pros, there's also cons. He did have better efficiency in 2021, but the Aggies, I'm a Razorback, y'all know this, they weren't good this past year. They beat my Hogs, but oh well. Nothing about the Aggies was that good this year, so I mean, I'll give it a little, not really much of a pass, but better efficiency in 2021 nonetheless. He is undersized at 5'8", 188 pounds. You can't necessarily count on his pass protection because he is more of a pass catcher, more of a, get the ball and move. He's not going to hold down the fort and be able to block for Derek Carr much. He did have 5 drops in 2022, or had 5 drops total, 3 in 2022, which is not ideal. So we talk a lot about Tyjae Spears, so I wanted to compare Tyjae to Devon Achane, 229 carries to 196 carries. 1,581 yards to just over 1,100. 6.9, very nice, yards per carry compared to 5.6. And then in terms of the receiving ability, both have good receiving ability. 22 catches compared to 36 catches. However, the production was much better with Tyjae Spears at 256 yards versus 196. 21 total touchdowns for Tyjae Spears and the Green Wave. 11 for Devon Achane and the Aggies. I think that Devon Achane could be a quality player, but I have first-class seats. I got early boarding. I bought my tickets about 9 months ago, and I am so far in on the Tyjae Spears train. I feel like I can't make a draft video, especially talking about running backs, without talking about Tyjae Spears. So I want you, Who Dat Nation, to pick a running back for me. Would you rather go get Tyjae Spears? Would you rather go get Devon Achane? Let me know, Who Dat Nation. Pick a running back. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. Y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time. All right, so let's see what you guys got to say. Jake Brumfield says, yes, I need a Derek Carr jersey. Go get yourself geared up, my guy. Go get yourself geared up. Let me drop that link in the chat. I'm gonna do that real quick. And I hope you guys are ready to make your picks for the mock draft because this is going to be fun. John Borelli is here. He says the jersey looks clean, Trizzy. What's up, Johnny boy? What's up, Johnny B? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. We're about to get into a very fun segment. We're going to do a fan-led mock draft between each segment. So we're going to do the first couple picks here coming up. Here's how it works. Here's also, I'm dropping the link in the chat to the Derek Carr jerseys if you want to get geared up. So here's how it works. You guys are going to get to make the picks. And on this part of it, we're going to go through picks 1 through 3. So you guys are going to make the picks. We're going to set the live poll to the 4 players that I've laid out and I've picked for the first round as an option for the Saints. You can super chat to influence the decision, and then we will publish your mock draft at a later date. We're going to take all the picks that you guys came up with and make a video about it, react, and give our analysis. So, can we get a Tyjae chain? Dude, if Tyjae comes in, I'm definitely getting a Tyjae chain without fail. I don't know what it would look like, but maybe like a wave. I'd get like a big 2-lane wave or something like that. I'd have to. Needing a more elusive backs at Tyjae from John Borelli. I'd agree. I would definitely agree. So in terms of the super chats for how this is going to work, $1 gets you 2 votes. $5 is going to get you 10 votes. That's pretty standard. But if you send in 20, you get 50 votes. So a little bit better value there. If you send in $50, you get to make the pick. And then also, if you do send in a super chat, please include the player's name. That way we know who the votes should go to. So without further ado, I have opened up PFF. I got the mock draft simulator right here. And here is how we're starting it out. So I'm going to set 2 minutes on the clock. You're going to get 2 minutes to vote. Which of these 4 players do you want to draft? 2 minutes starting now. Type 1 for Bijan Robinson, the running back out of Texas. Type 2 for Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. Type 3 for Brian Breesy, the defensive tackle out of Clemson. And type 4, B.J. Ojulari, the edge rusher out of LSU.
Is Michael Mayer going to win this?
Michael Mayer might. No, my goodness. We were sitting here talking. We were gonna guess it was gonna be Bijan by a mile.
Ojulari's got the early
BJ's
lead.
taking the lead.
Oh.
BJ's taking the lead.
Oh, no.
Seeps, what do you think is gonna happen here? What do you think is gonna happen?
I think Ojulari's going to pull it out.
Dude. Courtney's typing her too. She wants Michael Mayer. Jake wants Brian Breesy. Seth wants BJ, excuse me. Jose wants Michael Mayer. Josh wants BJ Ojulari. Zanny Phantom wants BJ. Josh wants BJ.
All right.
Not a lot of people want Bijan Robinson. 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Saints fans, no ball.
Dude, Saints fans do no ball.
Yeah, BJ's looking like he's going to
Saints
pull
fans
this
do
out.
no ball. I knew you guys were going to stay loyal and go get Tyjae. I knew it. I always had faith in y'all. I always had faith in the Houdat Nation. I knew you would come in clutch for me. All right, so here's what we're going to do. The last 30 seconds, we're cutting off votes in the chat. If you want to vote, you have to send in a super chat. You have to send in a super chat to get your votes in if you want the things to be updated. Right now, B.J. Ojulari is the pick. If you want to lock in that pick and say, that is the one we got to get, I want you to go and send in a super chat. If you want to go get Brian Breesy, or if you want to go get Bijan Robinson, send in a super chat to let us know. Here's how the super chat money works. Here's how the votes are going to work. $1, 2 votes. $5, 10 votes. 20, you get 50 votes. $50. The pick is all yours. Doesn't matter who it is. Just super chat with the players' names. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seeps.
I think it was BJ.
Seeps.
I think it was BJ.
I think we got our first pick, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got our first pick. So according to the Houdat Nation, according to the owners of the Houdat Nation, which is all of you, with the number 29 overall pick in the first round of the 2023 NFL. Courtney with it. She said in $5. Hold on. We got to readjust the count. Seems we got to readjust the count. She said in $5. Or she said in, so that's 10 votes. That's 10 votes for Brian Breesy. Do we have the...
Wait, no, that's 10 votes for Meyer.
Or for Michael Mayer, excuse me.
Mayer.
Mikey Taylor, what's up, my dude? How are you doing, brother? We're in the middle of our Houdat Nation mock draft. We're about to make the first pick. So Courtney's putting in 10 votes for Michael Mayer. I'm going to open up for another 30 seconds. In case y'all really want B.J. Ojulari. The only way you're making your vote, though, is if you're going to send in a super chat. Seeps, is Michael Mayer on top now?
Yeah.
Michael Mayer's winning. So if you want to go and get B.J. Ojulari, we're going to have to get a super chat of at least $4, $5, I believe. So let me know. We got about 10 seconds left to get those votes in, or to get those super chats in. Otherwise, the pick will be Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. Jeremy Jarrett says, this is my first live chat. I'm loving it. Jeremy, I hope you're loving it. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like, and lock us in so that way you never miss an update. And also, cheers to you, Courtney. All right, Mikey wants Michael Mayer. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wanted to speed it up. The pick is in the 2023 NFL Draft. Houdat Nation first annual mock draft. The number 29th overall selection is going to be tight end out of Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. So I'm going to update a quick graphic for us real quick, guys. Give us 1 second so that way I can have it ready for you on the next one. Josh says we don't need Michael Mayer. All right, somebody should have sent in a super chat. Bobby's a first-time super chatter. He said in 5. Who do you want, Bobby? Who's the super chat for? Or who's the votes for? Is it Michael Mayer, B.J. Ojulari? Let us know. And also, Bobby, cheers to you. Cheers, brother. We got to see what Bobby said. Derek Carr loves his tight ends. That's true, John Borelli. That's very true. He does love his tight ends. Bobby, he's a first-time super chatter, too. Do we have that graphic? Or do we have that? It's all good. Bobby, let us know. Who's the votes going to? Who's the votes going to? Who do you want? You want Michael? It seems like it's between Michael Mayer or B.J. Ojulari. Michael Mayer or B.J. Ojulari. Who do you got? Who do you want? Bobby, we got to know. We got to know because otherwise we can't put the votes in for B.J. That means B.J. is back on top.
Yeah, B.J. wins though.
So, all right, we're going to cut it there. B.J. wins. It's B.J. Ojulari. B.J. Ojulari is the final draft pick. We just have to cut it off, otherwise I could do this all day. B.J. Ojulari right now. Who dat nation? Who the Saints are signing who? We're going to be talking about the Saints possibly trading for Saquon Barkley or signing guys like, we already talked about Frank Clark. We're going to talk about Mark Ingram here in a little bit. So we're going to go lock it in at B.J. Ojulari in the first pick.
Hop out of sheets. Let me do all this.
Okay, you sure?
And then you focus on the PFF side.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you just get the round.
So hold on.
Did you not take him?
No, I took Michael Mayer because I just put the pick in before the super chat. Should we just put Michael Mayer and BJ's available? All right, so the system had a malfunction. PFF broke. So we're gonna take Michael Mayer as the first pick because B.J. Ojulari is available in the second round at number 40 overall. B.J. Ojulari is available in the second round. So I'm going to show y'all real quick what our mock draft recap is going to look like here in just a second. So we go with the tight end out of Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. He is going to be your first pick. Shout out Courtney. You're going in right here. I actually kind of like how this looks. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to start out with Michael Mayer because B.J. Ojulari is available. So I'm going to give you guys the options. I'll do the poll. All right. So we're going to do, how do I get new poll question? All right, so, but you get to pick between B.J. Ojulari.
I'll leave him at 4.
Dayan Henley, the linebacker out of Washington State. Let's go Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay.
Running back out of Alabama. And, because he's my boy, linebacker Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. We're talking about him because that's my guy and we're friends. And I love him. Well, not really friends, but we went to college together and I met him at a party once. I don't think I should say that. Oops. Oh, well. Anyway, Drew Sanders is, so between the 4, go vote in the live poll. B.J. Ojulari, it's starting to get hot. I'm going to turn this fan on 1 sec, y'all. Bear with me. All right, so go vote in the live poll. You can go get B.J. Ojulari. You can go get Dayan Henley, linebacker out of Washington State. Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back out of Alabama. Or Drew Sanders, the linebacker out of Arkansas. Woo Pig Suey. That's my alma mater. I'm so sorry if that offends you or if it upsets you. Not really, actually, because it's hard to be humble. It's kind of one of our things. All right, AFX. He wants Jahmyr Gibbs. We don't need another running back from Lockdown Lattimore. See, I'd make the argument you do. If Alvin Kamara's facing suspension, he could miss some time. Don't worry about the position. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I have it pulled up right here. All right, so I'm going to set the 2-minute timer. I'm going to start the 2-minute timer. Type 1 for Dayan Henley, type 2 for Drew Sanders, 3 for Jahmyr Gibbs, or 4 for B.J. Ojulari. 2 minutes, super chats, influence the decisions. Get your votes in on the live poll. Right now, it's very clearly B.J. Ojulari.
Yeah, we locking him in.
I think we kind of have to, right?
He's got 70% of the votes.
Is it even worth it? All right.
Yeah, welcome to the Saints.
BJ's a Saint. BJ is a Saint. Welcome. You're staying in Louisiana, my guy. You're staying in Louisiana, so I'm making the pick. I'm locking it in right now. BJ Ojulari is going to be a New Orleans Saint. What?
Speaking of BJ.
Giggity? Oh! How did I miss this? Oh, because my computer's slow. John Borelli! Bang! BJ and Tracy, you better be ready for the chip. So in case you don't know what's going on tomorrow, I'm eating the world's spiciest chip on the Raiders live stream with our guy Mitchell Renz, because when the Saints signed Derek Carr, John Borelli, Wild 114, Mr. Leroy, all sorts of great real ones, Courtney, Mikey Taylor, all of y'all. Y'all made it the best stream of all time. It made it one of my favorite nights working here at Chat Sports. So we're going to give some entertainment back to you guys and eat the world's spiciest chip, and it's going to suck, and it's not going to be fun, so you guys better tune in for that. John Borelli, I'm going to give you just a quick chug.
Shout out to Borelli. We appreciate it.
Everyone type JB because John Borelli is an absolute legend, an absolute real one. Bless you, John Borelli. Appreciate all the support and love. All right, Jeremy Gates, go grab BJ. Running back in round 3. Shout out from Fort Worth. I live out there, Jeremy. You know about that, though. So I'm actually going to be heading back there tonight. If you want to go grab a beer, I'll probably be game for a brewski or two. Just shoot me a DM. You know where to find me, Jeremy. You know where to find me. Shout out from Fort Worth. I live out there too. Fort Worth is awesome. We are headquartered here in Dallas, Texas, the Chat Sports Studios. All right. So Mikey Taylor says Drew Sanders would be a good fit. Plus, we need help at linebacker. All right. So unfortunately for Drew, Mikey,
he could be there in round 3. Unless
Let's see.
Mikey, this is what we have.
Okay.
Is he there?
Hold on. I'm scrolling through. I'm trying to see where he got picked. I don't think he did. Oh, he got taken. He got taken at 42 by the Jets.
Jeez.
What a fraud.
So this is where we're at.
Should we go trade for him? Here's where we're at. So we're going to do one more pick, and then we're going to get into Saquon Barkley, and then we're going to do a few more picks, and then we're going to keep going. All right? Does that sound cool? We're going to do one more pick real quick. All right. So
while Trace is doing that, also make sure you guys get your questions in there.
Yes.
Hashtag Saints. Easy way. Whatever it may be, draft, free agency, trades, whatever it is, get those questions in there, pull it to our system. We'll still be able to get them on the mailbag later on. But right now, the mock draft recap. Round 1, pick 29, you guys decided Michael Mayer. And then BJ Ojulari in round 2. This is a pretty elite start for the fan-led mock draft.
I kind of love it.
You're addressing the edge need.
This is good.
You're addressing the sort of tight end need. I mean, Michael Mayer at 29 would be a great
It would be a big one.
Great pick. Trace is pulling up round 3. If you got the 4 names, Trace.
All right, I'm trying to come up with one more. So I got us so we're gonna vote between a quarterback, a safety, an offensive guard, and I'm trying to find another good name. Oh no! Okay, he's there. It's round 3.
Yeah.
We can't not. I don't trust. I don't trust the rest of the NFL to not try and screw the Saints. So the 4 that you get to pick from today, ladies and gentlemen, for round 3. Quarterback out of Stanford, Tanner McKee. Safety out of Alabama, Jordan Battle. Chandler Zavala, the offensive guard out of NC State. Or my favorite draft pick my favorite prospect in this year's draft, Tyjae Spears.
You already know who's going to win.
I already know who's going to win. I'm not even going to set the timer. I'm going to set 2 minutes. I'm going to set 2 minutes of super chats. Honestly, let's just see how many people want to super chat to show love to Tyjae. Because if we get a bunch of super chats, I'm going to clip this whole thing and be like, I'm going to tweet at Tyjae. I'm going to tweet at the Saints and be like, you have to make it happen. Load it up. We got to get Tyjae. I need Tyjae in the black and gold. I need him so badly. In terms of the mock draft recap so far, Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame. B.J. Ojulari, edge rusher out of LSU. So Tanner McKee, Jordan Battle, Tyjae Spears, Chandler Zavala. Let me know who you guys want the Saints to draft.
93%.
There's like a part of me that kind of thinks that he could be available in the 4th, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk it. I'm not kidding. I would not be mad if the Saints took Tyjae at number 71. I really wouldn't be. Who's the number 1 wide receiver going in the draft this year? I'm taking JSN as the first wide receiver off the board. I think he'll go in the top 15.
I think he's the only true wide receiver 1 in this.
I would agree as well. Zay Flowers a little small. He's quick, but he's a little small.
Same with Addison.
Same with Jordan Addison. Yep. All right. Mikey.
The nail in the coffin.
He said, I got 5 on it. I'm going to nail it in. I'm confirming it. I want my guy, Tyjae Spears. He says, TS. Plus, I bought my Saints draft hat last night. Ball cap. Who dat? Mikey, send us a video or send us a picture. Tweet me a picture of it when you got it on, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out whenever we get that, because that's fresh. Thank you for supporting the show, brother. You're a real one. Mikey's always been a real one. We always chop it up in the Twitter DMs. It's always a good time. All right, so I'm going to lock it in. Tyjae Spears is our 3rd round pick at number 71 overall. Wild 114! Uh-oh! It could get a little weird. All right. So I also made a deal. Once we got to $100, I would put on the Saints wrestling mask that I got in Mexico when I was like 10 or 11. So we're $6 away from that right now, or $5 away, excuse me. I can't wear it during the segment. I'll wear it when we do the next mock draft, the next part of the mock draft, if we get to that during the segment. So, 114, he says, I haven't forgotten about you tomorrow. Carmageddon is coming. You will pay for stealing my car in your car. Wild 114, you're hilarious, my guy. You're a real one. Thank you for supporting the show, Wild 114. I have not forgotten about it either. I couldn't do the chip yesterday because I had to go get a cavity filled. Yeah, I'm 24 years old and still getting cavities. How embarrassing is that, Wild One? But, yeah. So we're eating the world's spiciest chip. It's not going to be fun. It's going to hurt. Wild 114 and John Borelli, I know, are looking forward to making my life hell tomorrow. But we're going to have some fun with it. It's going to be a good time. And I'm going to be eating a lot of ice cream tomorrow night. I went and bought about a gallon of Bluebell sitting at my apartment waiting for me. So, yeah. And I might, dude, I just realized. I think I'm going, I can't, never mind. I'm not talking on air. Never mind. You're going to pay for making the nation wait, Trizzy. See, it wasn't me that, I wanted to do it. But the doc said you can't do it. He said you can't do it. Mikey Taylor, it's been fun, Trace, but unfortunately got to get back to work. Y'all have a good show. We'll catch up later. Hey, Mikey, we'll probably be hanging out later too. So if you get done with all your stuff later on, feel free to join us back and let's keep hanging out, brother. All right, let's go through the mock draft recap really quick, and then we're going to get into the next segment, which is all about Saquon Barkley, some more draft targets, and there's the linebackers in need here. Do y'all see a linebacker? Because I'm going to talk about 3 linebackers the Saints could go and get. So, Jeremy Jarrett, I will pray you can handle the chip tomorrow. Dude, Jeremy, I'm terrified. I'm not going to lie, man. All right, let's get this thing going. I'm going to change the poll real quick to something about Saquon Barkley. Give me 2 seconds. And also, use hashtag Saints if you haven't to get your questions, your comments, your takes, anything like that on air. We are going to have a mailbag at the end of the show, so be sure to get your questions in, super chat, use hashtag Saints to ask any of y'all your questions. John Burley, it's all love, Jersey, but Nation loves to see y'all suffer. I know, man. I know, JB. It's going to be a good time, and I love Raider Nation, so it'll be a good time. All right. Let's talk about what y'all have all been waiting for. I know this is what you guys have been wanting to talk about for quite some time now. So let's talk Saquon and whether or not he could be a fit for the New Orleans Saints. All right, welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Trace Girouard. Let's talk about whether or not Saquon Barkley makes sense to come to New Orleans. There's a report that came out earlier today. We're filming this on Wednesday, April 12th, not August, excuse me. There was a report that came in on Wednesday. Saquon Barkley is not signing the franchise tag, which means no contract equals no offseason programs. So we need to get into that, but before we do, I need you guys to hit the subscribe button. Our Falcons channel, recently, on a single video, they picked up 48 subscribers. That's their record. Can we please beat that? Can we please get at least 49 subs? 50 because it's a good number. Beat the Falcons by hitting the subscribe button. Lock us in, Saints news, rumors, updates, all sorts of fun content, interactive content. We take pride in being informative and entertaining. Lock us in for Saints content by Saints fans, for Saints fans. All right, so let's take a look at what the running back depth chart could look like. Alvin Kamara, your running back one. He is facing 4 to 6 games, which is why I'm going to be talking about Saquon. Saquon Barkley is your running back 2. Jamal Williams bumps back to running back 3. Doesn't mean he's not getting touches, but he's bumping back to running back 3. Then Eno Benjamin and Derek Gore move down the depth chart a little bit. Adam Prentice stays your fullback. But let's see what Saquon Barkley was able to do in 2022 during the regular season. He played 16 games, 295 carries, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4.4 yards per carry, and then he also had some good receiving numbers. It was 57 receptions, for 338 receiving yards. And I like Saquon, but I don't know if I like him for the price that you would have to pay him for. Christian McCaffrey is going to be your highest paid running back this year at $16 million. Alvin Kamara is the second highest paid running back per year at $15 million. So do you really want to have 2 of the top 10 highest paid running backs in one locker room, especially when running back is a position that I believe, I wouldn't say is expendable, but I would say you could get away with not investing a ton of money in. Because here's the thing. Saquon is a talented player, but do you really want to pay him that much? You would have to trade for him, and he's going to be looking for an extension. He's going to be looking for more money. I would just rather address running back in the NFL draft, and I don't think that a lot of people are going to disagree with me. And I'm not saying that Saquon isn't a talented cat. He definitely is a guy who can change games. He can turn up the field, and he can affect and change the entire outcome of how the game is going on. That being said, I just don't know if I would do it if I'm the New Orleans Saints. But you tell me, Who Dat Nation. I'm not in charge here. I'm just the guy who's talking about it on YouTube. Should the Saints go and trade for Saquon Barkley? Excuse the sign and trade thing. It's a typo. It happens, unfortunately. But should the Saints go and trade for Saquon Barkley? Type T for trade, not S for sign. Type T for trade or type P for pass. You tell me. But in terms of running backs that the Saints could go and get, if you didn't want to go and trade for Saquon, you could go get Bijan Robinson out of Texas, Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama, Devon Achane, the running back out of Texas A&M, my favorite draft target this year, Tyjae Spears of the Tulane Green Waves, and then Deuce Vaughn, the Kansas State Wildcat, all solid options. But I cooked up this graphic, and I think it's so dang fresh. This is my dream running back trio. You get Alvin Kamara, you get Jamal Williams, and you get Tyjae Spears. I mean, look at the carries, look at the yards, look at the touchdowns. Kamara, he's a running back 1, and he had the least amount of touchdowns. Obviously, it was a bad year for him. There was a lot of issues. There was a lot of things that were just kind of all over the place. But, I mean, I'm looking at this, doing some napkin math, like bar napkin math, like 3,000 plus yards, almost 40 touchdowns. I mean, this would be elite. This would be incredible, and I would love to see the Saints go and draft Tyjae Spears. This is why this is my dream running back trio. I think this would be a very lethal running back, 3-headed monster that you get the boom, the zoom, and the doom. I came up with that on the dome, so, tell me if that's pretty lit. So also, Who Dat Nation, we do have the best NFL draft coverage available for you on YouTube with the link below at youtube.com/chatnfl. If you guys subscribe, you will get not only Saints draft coverage, but draft coverage for all 32 teams, and then draft coverage for just all of the draft in general. News, rumors, mock drafts, trade targets, draft targets, trade ideas, all sorts of awesome content that's interactive and all about the NFL draft. And there's even going to be content after the NFL draft. So subscribe, link down below, and it's also going to be in the comment section and in the description of this video. So let's discuss the linebacker draft targets that I had mentioned earlier in the live show. If you're watching this as a part of the live show, thank you and shout out to you guys. However, let's discuss it because linebacker, in my opinion, is an underrated draft need for the Saints this offseason. So let's take a look at the depth chart. Pete Werner, Demario Davis, good and good. Demario's getting a little bit older. You saw the production dip a little bit. Pete Werner, he's great when he's healthy, but the best ability is availability, and he just doesn't play that much. He gets hurt every year. Zach Bond, it's Zach Bond. Andrew Dowell, you brought him back. DeMarco Jackson, the point being, you got to find somebody to be a successor of Demario Davis. You got to find somebody in case Pete Werner gets hurt or can't play. And you also, it makes too much sense to not go and prioritize getting a linebacker. So I'm going to talk about 3 draft targets that you could go and get in either early, middle, or later rounds in the draft. First one being Drew Sanders, the linebacker out of Arkansas. I'm a big fan of this guy. I really like what he was able to do for my Razorbacks. I am a Razorback alum, so this is a little bit of a biased pick, but he is a game wrecker. He flashed as a blitzer at off-ball linebacker. He was an Alabama transfer, came into Fayetteville, Arkansas, to help out the Razorbacks on Sam Pittman's defense. He did fine in coverage, but he definitely could use a little bit of work. He had a missed tackling issue, which I will say was bad. He had 22 missed tackles in 2022. He does have a lot of upside, though, but he's still raw. And I think that this is a guy that would be perfect to shadow Demario Davis, to play alongside Pete Werner. And if Pete Werner gets hurt, I feel like you could plug him in and get good production, get good talent, and get good usage out of him. 103 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 3.5 forced fumbles for the Razorbacks. 6'5", 235 pounds. He's got 32-inch arms. I think that Drew Sanders is a guy the Saints should go and look at. So hit the thumbs up icon if you are excited for the 2023 NFL Draft. We are only a couple weeks away. It's going to be here before you know it. So hit the thumbs up icon if you are excited to see who the Saints are going to draft in the NFL Draft, or this year's NFL Draft, excuse me. So let's talk about the second linebacker target, Jack Campbell out of Iowa. He's a quality player, similar to Drew Sanders. I think he could be a pretty big difference maker for the Saints. He is a pretty good run. He's a really good run stopper, excuse me. But he's not much of a coverage linebacker, and he tested really, really well. And in terms of what he was able to do for the Hawkeyes, he was able to get a lot of production. I was a big fan of what Campbell is able to do, and I want to see what he can do at the next level because of his combine results. He tested off the charts. He had production that was good, but the combine results were great, and that's my whole point about this. 40-yard dash, he was a 4.65. 10-yard split, 1.59 seconds. Vertical jump, 37.5 inches. Broad jump, 10 foot 8 inches. And then he's standing at 6'5", just under 250 pounds, 31-inch arms. He's a big dude, and I think that he could be an interesting piece to the Saints defense. And if you wanted to address it a little bit later in the draft, I've talked about this prospect before, but I'm going to talk about him again because I don't think it gets enough love. Ivan Pace Jr., the Cincinnati Bearcat. And I want to encourage you to go and look at what this guy's tape is. It is insane. He is very strong. He's tough. He seeks out contact, and the dude is a baller. And that's something that I love in my linebackers and in my defensive players. I want somebody who's going to get a little dirty. I want somebody who's going to get in there, make some contact, and cause havoc. I don't want somebody who's going to play soft. I want somebody who's going to go and eat and take what's theirs. He's got a powerful lower body and remarkable instincts. And his feet and athleticism to slip blocks seamlessly and needed. And in terms of what he was able to do for the Bearcats last year, 2022 stats are 136 tackles, 9 sacks, 20.5 tackles for loss, 4 pass breakups. The Bearcats did play the Razorbacks earlier in the season, I believe, it was in week 1 this past year, and Ivan Pace was causing nothing but issues for the Razorback offense and KJ Jefferson. So, Who Dat Nation, we talked about 3 guys that I would actually like all 3 of them. I wouldn't really care which one of the 3 I like the most. I kind of think, I take it back. I think I like Drew Sanders and Ivan Pace the most. Jack Campbell, he would be a good pick, but, in terms of going early, I think Drew Sanders is a better value. I think Ivan Pace is good, has great value later in the draft. But this show isn't all about me. It's all about you, Who Dat Nation. So let me know. Y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time. All right. I kept my timer on that one because I was trying to I was looking at my own timer because I didn't want to take forever on that one. All right, shout out Courtney. I want a receiver, maybe like Jalen Hyatt or Smith. Like Jackson Smith and Jigba, is that what you're saying? It's got to be Jason, yeah, right? It's got to be Jason, right? Jalen Hyatt is good. There is a good Tennessee to Saints pipeline. That has been a strong pipeline. But shout out to you, Courtney. Thank you for this $5 super chat. Bobby Ellender, $5. Shout out to you. Bobby's got 5 on it. Shout out to you, Bobby. All right, so I made a deal with y'all. We're going to do the mock draft in the luchador mask. We're going to do it in the luchador mask. So I'm going to check out what's going on. I'm going to check out what's going on in terms of who's available in the PFF Who Dat Nation mock draft. Trenton is a stud, John Borelli. I agree with you. Jeremy Jarrett wants Drew Sanders. I love that. Ivan Pace from Pelicans NOLA. I think he's a sleeper. Josh says, bro, you like the mask, bro? You love it? Isn't this sick? I got it in Mexico when I was like 11 or something. 2 6'5" running backs. That's some size of that position. Facts. Linebackers definitely need. Who Dat Trizzy Trace? What's up, Hoodie? What's up, Hoodie Jude? What's up, my guy? Sorry, I just saw your message. We were in the middle of the cut, so I couldn't really focus on it. But all right, let's see who's available. So we got a tight end, we got an edge rusher, we got a running back. So I'm gonna say, let's address. We could use some guard help, couldn't we? Yeah, let's go Chandler Zavala again. I'm going to put that back in there. I'm going to end this poll. Give us 1 second, guys. We're trying to get the Who Dat Nation mock draft set up for you for the 4th round. Yeah, we're going to do Chandler Zavala. Let's go Chandler Zavala. Let's go. We don't have an interior guy. Let's go. Let's find a D tackle. Kobe Turner, maybe? You like Kobe Turner? Kobe Turner out of Purdue? Wake Forest, excuse me. Wake Forest. There's a Purdue guy right below it. Corey Trice was under it. Safety, Ronnie Hickman. I like that one out of Ohio State. Ronnie Hickman is a solid one. And then, what else do we need? Ivan Pace is available. Let's put Ivan Pace on there. Seep said he might send in his own $50 bill to go get Ivan Pace. All right, so we're going to set a timer. How this works. Here's what we're doing a Who Dat Nation mock draft where you guys are making the picks via the live chat, the poll that's in the show, and then in the chat, and then also super chats. So I have 4 guys in there right now for you in the live poll. One of them we just talked about. If you want to send in a super chat, $1 is 2 votes. $5 is 10 votes. $20 is 50 votes. $50, you just get to make the pick. We're not even gonna let anybody else vote. You get to make the pick. But if you do send in a super chat, please include the players' names or their initials or whatever. That way we can figure out who you are talking about. So let's do it. So Ivan Pace Jr., Ronnie Hickman, he's a safety out of Ohio State. Kobe Turner, a linebacker, a defensive tackle out of Wake Forest, and Chandler Zavala, the offensive guard out of NC State. Let us know. Starting the timer now. Send in a super chat if you very much so want one of these guys. Right now, Ivan Pace Jr. is leading the charge. I love Ivan Pace. I want him so bad. And also, it kind of helps me out because then I don't have to build a ton of graphics for the mock draft, which will be kind of clutch. Y'all like the mask? Y'all like it? Isn't this sick? Isn't this sick? Y'all love it? John Borelli, he's putting his votes in. He's got 10 votes on Ivan Pace Jr. Cheers to you, John. We got 10 votes in on Ivan Pace Jr. We got a minute left. We have a minute left to get your votes in. Wild One says, trade that pick for Hunter Renfrow. Ooh, Seeps, you know, it would be kind of a fun idea. Like after the draft, to like trade ideas. And we can be like, all right, we're going to cook up trade ideas, but you get to pick it. And like super chat. Similar. Obviously, it can't go like 7 rounds, but like similar style. I think that, I don't know. Well, there's some logistics we'd have to work out, but I feel like that would be kind of a cool one. Ow, just pulled my beard. So it's between Kobe Turner and Ivan Pace.
And you also get the 10 votes from John Borelli.
And you get 10 votes to Ivan Pace from John Borelli.
I think
Ivan Pace is going to win it.
This has been elite. Honestly, Saints fans have impressed me.
Yeah, Who Dat Nation has depth in the Saints fans here have most certain. So Thomas Lathers, Ronnie Hickman is the safety out of Ohio State. Of course, it's a good idea. I helped create it from Wild One. Yeah, I know. Wild One is nothing but a genius. He only has good ideas. There's never been a bad idea from our guy Wild 114. All right. I'm cutting off the vote. If you want to vote for one of these guys, send in a super chat. If you want to lock in Ivan Pace, send in a super chat. If you want to go get Kobe Turner, send in a super chat to let us know. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Look at that.
Ivan Pace Jr. Ivan Pace Jr. is your pick. This is a good draft, guys. This is a really good draft. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say it. If somebody sends in $100, I'll do a beer bong. I have some chocolate chip flavored, I have cookie dough flavored whiskey. And if it's over 100, maybe I'll throw in a little bit of that too. I'll get weird. But just going to throw that out there. Oh, and $100 I'll also put on the big chain. That y'all love so much. All right, so I'm going to find 5. So we are at pick number 146. So I have the number wrong on this graphic. I'm going to fix this. I had at 148. It's supposed to be 146. I'm an idiot. My bad, y'all. All right, so.
What, you said what?
We changed it to 146, not 148.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, so we have a tight end. We got an edge rusher. We got a running back, a linebacker. I still feel like safety is something that we should address here. So I'm going to throw in Anthony Johnson Jr., the safety out of Iowa State. I'm going to type this as I do it. I feel like I can just copy and paste this one. Anthony Johnson Jr.
Safety.
The safety out of Iowa State, yes. Sorry, guys, this is our first time doing this, so just bear with us. All right, Kobe Turner. The defensive tackle out of Wake Forest, again, we're going to include him because he did get some good votes. Let's go. What else do the Saints need? Who's that wide receiver? The West Virginia cat. Dang it! He got taken the pick before from the freaking Panthers. I was going to throw in Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Oh, that's a guy.
Wait, no. He's available.
Bryce Ford
Wheaton.
Right.
Bryce Ford Wheaton, the wide receiver out of West Virginia. What he did not get taken. Bryce Ford Wheaton is available. And what do we got? We got a safety, we got a defensive tackle, we got a wide receiver. Let's throw in a
Savala still there? Or no?
Savala? No, he's not. I'm trying to find somebody that we may need. Guys, there's not a ton of names that y'all wouldn't be familiar with.
I was just gonna say round 5, round 6, round 7. We're gonna get to a bunch of greasers.
All right, let's put in. We don't need quarterback. Don't need center. Actually, yes. Let's put in Juice Scruggs, the center out of Penn State.
Juice
Scruggs. All right. So the four people you can pick for this draft pick at number 146. You can go get Anthony Johnson Jr., safety out of Iowa State, Kobe Turner, defensive tackle out of Wake Forest, Bryce Ford Wheaton, wide receiver out of West Virginia, or Juice Scruggs, the center out of Penn State. You got 2 minutes to vote. As y'all know, Super Chats influence the decision. Trade that pick and a future pick for Renfro. All right, I'll make you a deal. If somebody sends in $50 right now, if somebody sends in $50 in the next 2 minutes, we'll just trade the pick and go get Hunter Renfro instead. What do we think about that? What do we think about that? I wasn't going to do trades, but if y'all want it so bad, let's see what happens. Vote in the live poll. Vote in the chat. Send in your super chats. Let us know. Kobe Turner, Bryce Ford Wheaton, Anthony Scruggs. It's close between Kobe Turner and Bryce Ford Wheaton. See, BFW, he's good. He's a sneaky midday pick or a mid-round pick. Like
6'4", 220,
yeah.
ran a 4.38.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
He's big. He goes and gets the ball. He's kind of a boomer bust guy, though. All right. So we got Jeremy. He wants Anthony Johnson. Chris wants Kobe Turner. Crazy Cajun Restoration wants Bryce Ford Wheaton. Jose and Boo want Kobe Turner.
Ooh,
John Borelli says Hunter Renfro would fit so well. $50 and we trade for Renfro. $50 and we'll package our 4th and 5th round pick to trade for Renfro. We'll package the 4th and 5th round pick. Make it a little bit, make this a little bit short.
4th and 5th? Or
what do we think? Do we think a 4th and 5th, or do we think that's too much?
Well, we already took Ivan Pace.
We did take.
So we could just do both.
Excuse me, 5th. We could do both 5th round picks.
146 and 167.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that's fair for Hunter Renfro? 2 5ths?
We could just call it this 5th and then like a future 4th.
Yeah, we'll just say 5th and a future pick. 5th and a future pick.
Bryce Ford Wheaton's got the win.
We do. Courtney says we have a good center. We do have a good center, but who do we have behind him? Who's on the depth chart behind him? Nobody. We need some depth back there.
Are we locking in Bryce Ford?
All right, 10 seconds. Last chance to trade for Hunter Renfro. Last chance to trade for Hunter Renfro. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bryce Ford Wheaton is your pick. The wide receiver out of West Virginia. Bryce Ford Wheaton is your pick. Good stuff, guys. I like that.
Then we got one more. In this
Cesar Ruiz is the number 2 center. Yeah, I know, but what if the Saints don't pick up his 5th-year option? Can you confidently make the argument right now you would 100% give Cesar Ruiz his 5th-year option right now? Can you confidently say that? That's why I threw out a center. He didn't even get picked. He didn't, so, doesn't even matter. Ken, are you wearing the new Saints helmet? No, Ken, I'm wearing my my authentic luchador mask that I got in Mexico when I was 11 years old. This thing is sick. I love it. Go away, Siri. Guys, Andrew, are we just not going to get a DT? Well, it's starting to look like that. Starting to look like you may not get a DT. Here's what the mock draft looks like so far. We have Michael Mayer, B.J. Ojolari, Tyjae Spears, Ivan Pace, and Bryce Ford Wheaton as your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and your 5th round pick. But we have one more 5th round pick to get. And then, we have one more 5th. I was going to say, hold on, I was reading this wrong. One more 5th round pick. So at 165, I got the number wrong again. Dang it. At 165, not 167. That graphic was wrong. I should have double checked it.
Then also, while Trace is updating the draft, get those questions in there. We need a lot more questions.
Yes.
Hashtag Saints, whatever it is, draft, free agency, trade talk. Just use hashtag Saints. Our software is able to pull it. Makes my job a lot easier. You guys give me a question about Trace's sick mask. Whatever you guys want.
Hoodie Tube goes, Trizzy Trace, how we got the same mask from the same place at the same age? Hoodie, great minds think alike, my guy. Great minds think alike. That's why we're the best in the game, Or the best young risers in the game, if you will. Excuse me. All right, Broderick Martin. We're going to try and get a defensive tackle.
Is it Broderick Martin?
Broderick Martin, defensive tackle out of Western Kentucky. Dude, I keep putting this in the wrong spot. All right. First one, Broderick Martin. All right, second one, we're going to do we get a wide receiver? I can't remember. Did we get a wide receiver?
Yeah, Bradford.
We got it. Oh, yeah, we got Bradford. We just got him. All right. I'm going to go a couple defensive tackles. I'm going to put 2 defensive tackles. I'm going to go Broderick Martin and where's another one? Jared Clark. Let's go Jared Clark. Defensive tackle out of Coastal Carolina. And then what else do we need? Let's go a little Corey Trice, the cornerback out of Purdue. Corey Trice is your third option. And let's do...
Is it Corey Price?
Yes. Trice, Trice. Let's do... Should we throw Clayton Tune in there? What, we're in the 5th round? No. Jackson Kirkland, the offensive guard out of Washington. Ask your community. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Get your votes in. Is Jackson Smith available for the mock draft pick? He was not available. He was taken. Let's see when JSN was taken. JSN was taken at number 10 by the Eagles, which was the Saints' pick, so oh well. All right, let us know. Who do you want out of the 4 people listed? Broderick Martin, the defensive tackle out of Western Kentucky. Do you want Jared Clark, the defensive tackle out of Coastal Carolina? Do you want... My laptop's about to die. I need to go get my charger. Corey Trice, the corner out of Purdue. Or do you want Jackson Kirkland, the offensive guard, out of Washington? Yes, it's just on my desk. Sorry. Thank you, buddy. Alex Cortez. Oh, yeah. What's up, Who Dat Nation? How you doing, Alex? How's it going, brother? You having a good day, my guy? You having a good day? Richard Washington. I've been doing some scouting, and Isaiah Foskey should be the pick at number 40. He has a Dennis Allen prototype, and the guy had 22 sacks in the last 2 years, 11 sacks each year, double-digit tackles for loss. I like Isaiah Foskey as well. I think he could be a definite game wrecker. All right. So it's Chris, Jose, they're all voting for Broderick Martin. Jared Clark from Jeremy. Jeremy is voting his 2s. Broderick Martin is leading the charge right now. But Jackson Kirkland getting some votes. Thank you, Seeps. Jackson Kirkland getting some votes. Hold on one second, y'all. I need to plug my laptop charger in. I'm gonna go under the desk here so you guys can't see me for a sec. Sorry about it, y'all. All right. Let us know. Pick one. Sorry, y'all. If I'm off the screen, it's because I'm plugging in my laptop charger because didn't do it before we started the show, unfortunately. And my laptop's about to die, and we don't want that to happen. So son of a gun. I'll just have Seeps plug this in here a second. All right. Who do you want the Saints to draft me? I think they should draft me as well. I would love the paycheck from the Saints. That'd be cool. In the 5th round, good paycheck. All right. We're going to get a countdown going. Looks like Broderick Martin might be the pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. The pick is in. We are going to go with Broderick Martin, the defensive tackle out of Western Kentucky. If you don't know much about him, Broderick Martin had a 71.9 overall PFF grade, 77.5 pass rush grade, 69, very nice, .1 run defense grade last year for the Hilltoppers. Pretty solid. He had 532 snaps played, 2 sacks, 2 QB hurries, or 19 QB hurries, 2 QB hits, 2 passes batted. So we got a defensive tackle, Broderick Martin, for the next pick for the New Orleans Saints. Is there a surge protector under the desk somewhere? Can you? I don't know if that'll reach. I don't think it will. Is that reaching? Oh, bet. It does reach. Perfect. All right. Broderick Martin is the pick. So we're going to close the poll down. And we're going to get the last couple picks after the mailbag. If you haven't already, get your questions in. Use hashtag Saints, better yet, Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, it's like the Disney Fast Pass system where you get to send in a Super Chat, ask whatever you want, share whatever take you want. We show you a little extra love, show you a little extra, give it a little bit more in-depth analysis on it as well. So if you want to support the show, what we're doing here, as well as Chat Sports as the company, feel free to Super Chat. But use hashtag Saints. I'm going to take this off because I can't wear it during the cut. Really glad I did that because now my hair looks like shit. That's fun.
Good question, Seth Centipede.
Seth Centipede, good question, my guy.
Keep getting them in there. Keep getting those questions in there, everybody.
All right. Also, don't forget, $100. I'm going to do a beer bong. I'm going to put on the power beads and get this thing really going. After we finish the mock draft, we have 2 picks left to make. After we finish the mock draft, we're going to get into it. We're going to have a little fun. I'm going to release Patrick Seatman to let him leave and do what he wants to do. I'll probably self-produce and hang out with you guys a little bit longer. But real quick, I want to get the comments going again. I want to get the comments bumping. So we also need some more questions. We definitely need more questions. I'm going to Slack you something, Seeps. One second, y'all. Seeps, can you give some shout-outs to people who are hanging out? Lord Buddy Bear, yes, this is a Derek Carr jersey. Lord Buddy Bear, I'm eating the chip tomorrow. I'm going to be wearing the jersey that you guys bought me because y'all are real ones. If you want to see me do a beer bong with cookie dough flavored whiskey, $100, I'll do it. I'm not scared. Seeps, you want to give some shout-outs real quick? I need to send you a quick Slack.
Yeah, guys, keep on getting those questions in there. We only got a couple in there so far, so if you guys just use hashtag Saints, you're pretty much guaranteed to be on a video that we're going to repost on the channel later in the week. Ask Trace whatever you want. Seth Centipede, that's a great example of a question. Would you rather have Cansey or Mozzie Smith? Whatever it may be, draft talk, free agency talk, even trade talk. I mean, do you think the Saints could trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Do you think the Saints could trade for whoever it may be? Just use hashtag Saints. Get those in there.
Do that ASAP Rocky. Lord Buddy Bear. It's our new quarterback, baby. It's our new quarterback. Black Dollars University, great question. Should we trade back? I like that question. At 229, we need a quarterback. I'm going to include quarterback in the next 2 picks, Pelicans. Don't worry. I'll include Pelicans in the next 2 picks. For the mock draft, for sure. For the mock draft. All right, I'm going to do a quick challenge here. Who wants to be the Super Chat MVP? Or not the Super Chat, the comment MVP. If you want to be the Super Chat MVP, you got to beat John Borelli. He's sending $50. If you want to beat that, I'll go crazy. I'll put on the beats for you. It'll get nuts. But linebacker from App State and defensive line from Air Force. Yeah, so the Air Force defensive lineman, I believe. Was it? I can't remember if it was Jordan Jackson or DeMarco Jackson that wasn't on the roster. Yeah, Jordan Jackson. He is on the Denver Broncos right now. Yes, Seth, you are the comment MVP. What's more likely, the Saints trading up or down or staying put this year? Chris, I think that the Saints stay put, but use hashtag Saints and we can get that question on the chat or in the show for you. Ken, they aren't that highly valued. Yeah, they were late round picks. They're not like guys who I mean they're late round picks in general. Like I'm not here to say that they're not good players. I'm not here to say that they aren't valued, but late round picks are expendable. So if you miss on a 7th round pick, 6th round pick, whatever. But if you hit, awesome. John Brelli, are you reading the script? Are you reading the script, JB? What's going on there? Cheers to you, John Brelli. It's kind of weird. That's like the second thing he's been like, hey, this. And it's like, oh, that's exactly what we just talked about, or we're about to talk about. It's kind of weird. Would Mark Ingram be a good fit for this team now? Lucky for you, John Borelli. I got some things to talk about with Mark Ingram. I'm about to talk all about it. About to get all into it here. About to get into it. It's going to be fun. All right. Let's break it down. Do we have enough questions? Okay, cool, yeah. So the first part of it is the Mark Ingram stuff, which will take me a couple minutes, but just give me time cues. We'll be good. John Brelli, I know my ish. John Brelli, you do know your ish. You're a real one, man. I know you ain't scared. I know you're a real one. I know you're one of the smartest guys out there. Your football acumen is off the charts. Also, I still want to do a beer bong with some cookie dough flavored whiskey, so $100 will make it happen. All right, let's talk about Mark Ingram and whether or not he would be a good fit. AFX says this is ludicrous. I can tell you why I think that it may not be, but I also kind of think it might be. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. What's happening, Who Dat Nation? Welcome into today's show. I'm your host, Trace Girouard. We're going to be getting into a mailbag where we're going to be answering your questions from our bi-weekly live show. But before we get to that, let's talk about Mark Ingram and whether or not he would be a good fit and it would make sense for the Saints to bring him back. Mark Ingram, he made it known that he wants to return for his 13th NFL season yesterday. And so what his last 4 years have looked like, it's been on the decline. It's been up, it's been down, it's been left and right, but it's been mostly on the decline. So in 2019, he had 202 carries, 1,018 yards, 5 yards per tote, and 10 touchdowns on the ground. 2020, you saw the production dip substantially. 72 carries, 299 yards, 4.2 yards per tote, and 2 touchdowns. You saw it go up again in 2021, but then you saw it go back down again in 2022. And obviously, a lot of people are upset about how the Bucs game ended with Mark Ingram. A lot of people don't know this, but he was hurt, and he got hurt during that play, and like that just kind of was the end of it. That's why he ran out of bounds. But it'd be like that. So in terms of pros and cons for why Mark Ingram would make sense to come back. So I think it would make sense for some reason. I think it also, there's a good argument for it not to make sense. He is a great locker room presence. You can't deny and you can't argue the fact that Mark Ingram isn't one of the best locker room pieces across the NFL, let alone in Saints history. So I think that it would make sense, and I think that it would be a good thing to have in the locker room somebody who can get everyone amped, get everyone juiced, and get everyone ready to go to war on Sundays. That being said, the production isn't what it used to be. We saw the stats, we saw the inconsistencies, and he is getting older. 13 seasons is a long time. It really is a long time. But there is continuity and familiarity. So if you don't go and get somebody in the draft that you absolutely love, if you want to go ahead and bring in somebody to replace Eno Benjamin, essentially, I think that Mark Ingram is a good guy to go do that. That being said, the running back room could get very, very crowded. And my take on it as a whole, Mark Ingram is a Saints legend through and through. There's no doubt about that. In my lifetime, and I'm one of those people who believes, yes, you have quality players like Marcus Colston, like Sam Mills. You have incredible players like the Deuce. But I didn't get to watch Sam Mills or the Deuce play. So in my lifetime, Mark Ingram is one of the biggest Saints legends. And in my opinion, he is one of the biggest Saints legends. If the Saints get an injury or they need some help mid-season and he's available, why not? Sure, go get him for a depth piece. Go get him for somebody, Eric, go get him as somebody who can help boost the locker room and be a good leader for a young or otherwise young team. That being said, otherwise, I think going and getting somebody in the draft like a Tyjae Spears, a Jahmyr Gibbs, even a Zach Charbonnet, I think that's a good option. Deuce Vaughn, also an option if you want to run it back with Deuce. Deuces seem to do well in New Orleans, so it might make sense. But I think it just makes more sense to get younger and get cheaper at that position. So I want you to chime in for me, Who Dat Nation. Should the Saints run it back with Mark Ingram? Would you run it back with Mark Ingram? Type R for, yeah, I'd run it back. Or type L for, nah, I'd just leave it alone. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video, so if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, take advantage of it. Scroll down, share your thoughts, and by the time you hit paste on your comment, you'll scroll back up and we'll be playing again. All right, Seth Centipede, he is one of our comment MVPs of our bi-weekly live show. Shout out to you, Seth. Thank you for being a legend. Would you rather go get Calijah Kancey or Mazi Smith? I'm going to say I would rather get Calijah Kancey. Hold on. Calijah Kancey is one of those guys, I think he could be a massive addition to the Saints offensive line. But that being said, I also think that there is high risk but high reward. Mazi Smith, he's an impressive athlete at his size at 6'3", 323 pounds. He plays with great power, solid tackler, carries his weight very, very well. But he's a little bit slow off the snap. He has some good traits, but not that great of production, and he doesn't finish in the pass rush as well. Whereas Calijah Kancey, he is a player that is very quick. He's bursty. He's disruptive as hell. He has good usage of his hands, giggity. He also wins a lot of leverage in those aspects, but he gets smoked by double teams. He's undersized and he has short arms. There's an Aaron Donald comp. And as y'all saw on the defensive line, there's a need at defensive interior. So I think either of these would be good options. Seth, thank you for asking your question. If you want to ask any other questions, if you ever want to, chop it up and see what's good with the Who Dat Nation, DM me, shoot me a follow, hit me up, tweet at me, Instagram, tag me, whatever you want. I'm at TraceGirouard48 on both platforms. I'm also on TikTok at TraceG1234, so feel free to hit me up there. I love talking to the Who Dat Nation. Hit me up. I'd love to chop it up with you guys. So let's get this next question in from Andrew. Should the Saints go and trade for Devon White? Interesting question. Devon White, he requested a trade recently. The Bucks didn't want to trade him, but he doesn't want to be with the Bucks anymore. You have a need at linebacker, and we can take a look at the depth chart. Shout out to Producer Seeps for this elite executive producing right here on the fly. Pete Werner, he is good when he plays, but he has health issues. Demario Davis, he's not getting any younger, and you saw the production dip last year. Now, in terms of Zach Bond, Andrew Dow, maybe those are guys that you can trust, and maybe those are guys that you get a little bit better production out of, and maybe they step up, but I'm not sure they necessarily do 100%. Devon White, though, the kid is out of LSU. He's 25 years old, I believe. Don't let the numbers confuse you. Don't let 124 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. But he was not good in coverage. He was getting burned left and right. He puts up good tackles, but he's just not somebody that in coverage can do a lot for you. So I don't know if I would go and sign or if I would go and trade for Devon White. Plus, for some reason, I feel like the Bucks would try and fleece you, and why help out the Bucks? They're in kind of a really bad situation. So I personally wouldn't, but that's just me. So let's get this next question in. And actually, Who Dat Nation, also let me know, would you trade for him? Type T for trade, type P for pass. But let's go ahead and just get into the next question from Lord Buddy Bear. Thoughts on Williams, the linebacker prospect from Tulane? My guy, Producer Seatman, is one of the best producers I've ever seen. He cooked up this graphic for us real quick. 131 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss for the Green Wave. Dorian Williams, I think, could be a good option. As we said just a second ago, you have a need at the linebacker position. He has long arms and really good speed, great burst and great closing speed. 17 tackles in the Cotton Bowl versus USC. He wasn't messing around. He was getting in them Trojans. Pause. I did that intentionally. He had a 4.4940, about just under 4.5 seconds. That is awesome. He played a lot of special team snaps. He has really, really good value. In terms of the negatives for him, he's light. He leaves his feet too much. He reads in anticipation, but they're not necessarily always there. And he has some issues taking on blockers, but his length and his size does help. So I like Dorian Williams. I think this would be a pretty good pick. And again, producer Seaman is the best in the game. What say you, Who Dat Nation? Would you draft Dorian Williams? Type D for draft, type P for pass. He's a linebacker at Tulane. Could you team him up with Tyjae Spears and just keep the New Orleans love going? I think that'd be a lot of fun. Let's get into the next question, though, from Black Dollars University. Should we trade back to acquire more picks instead of being content at number 29? I think that going at 29, I like the value at 29. I mean, you went and traded, you made an effort to trade Sean Payton to get a first-round pick. And yes, you could use that pick to go get something you need, or you could go and get future assets, get future picks, reaccumulate some of that back. I think you just stay at 29, though. I think that there's some quality players that you can go and get. Depending on how far back you would trade and depending on who it's with and what players are available, sure, you can make the argument that trading back would make more sense. But if it's me, if I'm in the war room, I'm going to stay at 29. I'm going to pick a player more likely on the defensive line that can help boost my roster and help make an impact today, because day one draft picks are supposed to help you out day one. So let's go to Courtney, one of our other common MVPs and a legend here at Saints Now by Chat Sports. Would you rather take the best wide receiver or best linebacker available in the first round, I'm assuming? So, if it's best player to player, just best wide receiver or best linebacker, that's Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver. Linebacker, Drew Sanders, Miles Murphy, I believe, out of Clemson is his name. There's a Clemson linebacker that's really high. That's really, really good. Producer Seeps is on the ball today. I had these three draft targets as players that you can go and get. Drew Sanders, Jack Campbell, late day one, early day two picks. Ivan Pace, if you want to go get him later on in the draft. I would say go get the best available linebacker because that's a bigger position of need, but that's just me. So let's get to Cameron. Nice picture, Cam. Is this Cam Jordan under his cover? Is this a burner?
Might be,
Seeps. We got to keep an eye on that. All right, so thoughts on the Saints trading for Dalvin Cook? Well, fortunately, Cameron, producer Seatman is our Vikings guy, and he is in charge of all our Vikings content, and he has this sick graphic that I'm going to have to throw up for you guys. So 264 carries, 1,100 yards, 4.4 yards per tote, 8 touchdowns in 2022 for the Vikings and Dalvin Cook. That being said, he's kind of old. He's gotten a wash. And those nerds and those dweebs over at PFF, they have this interesting statistic where it's rushing yards over expected. So here in 2021, 2020, I'm going to use this as an example. It's 0.81. So for every carry that was expected to get X amount of yards, he got 0.81 yards extra on top of that. In 2022, that number is negative, meaning he was getting less than what was expected. Let's just call it how it is. Dalvin is cooked. Dalvin Cooks is cooked. You see what I did there? And I like to think I'm kind of funny. I like to think I'm entertaining. I don't think that he's a guy that the Saints really need. I don't think he's a guy that would bring much value to the Saints. We've talked time and time again, draft a running back, draft a running back, draft a running back. And for the same reasons, I wouldn't go and splurge on a guy like Saquon Barkley or go and get a guy like Zeke, Leonard Fournette, or any of the other available running backs that are Austin Eckler, for example. Go get a running back in the draft. It's cheaper. It's younger, fresh talent, fresh legs, and I think that's the best move for the Saints. But let me hear it, Who Dat Nation. If the Saints were to trade for Dalvin Cook, what would be your one-word reaction? Mine would be why or dumb. It just would be a dumb move. But let me know, Who Dat Nation. I'll be interacting with y'all in the comment section. A couple more questions to get to. Let's break it down from Chris. Which two players do you honestly feel will fall to us in the first and second rounds? So I think that Kalijah Cansey, he's not somebody that would fall necessarily. I don't think he's a guy that could, because he's kind of projected to go in that range of late first round. I would say Kalijah Cansey, I guess. Second player that could fall, a Jordan Addison, Definitely a Zay Flowers. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those wide receivers falls. There's been a lot of buzz that a lot of teams don't actually have as high of grades on the wide receivers as some of the reports and some of the people that have been talking about it. So I would say a wide receiver for sure. Maybe there's like a cornerback or a safety that falls as well. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if Zay Flowers and or Jordan Addison are available at number 29 overall. Last question, we're going to go back to Seth because he's my guy. Why are all the below-average players great locker room guys? Well, it's yin and yang. You got to be really good in one spot and you have some issues here, or you can be and then you're really good in one spot and you have some issues here. I'm just kidding. But, I mean, is Demario Davis below average? Is Derek Carr below average? I mean, granted, he's not been in the locker room long. Chris Olave, I would make an argument he's been a good locker room guy so far. Tyrann Mathieu, he's been great. He's a great locker room guy. Marshawn Lattimore, great. I mean, I wouldn't say all of our below average players are great locker room guys, and I wouldn't say all of our great locker room guys are below average. I think there's just a good mix of quality leadership and quality talent that, coincides with each other. You get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you make a nice little football baby. It happens. So, Who Dat Nation, I want to remind y'all one more time, please feel free to subscribe for free Saints content every single day. The more subs we get, the more content we can push out. We're trying to get to 15K by the end of the offseason, so help us out. Subscribe. Lock us in. Y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time. All right, let's finish out this mock draft. I was like sitting here doing the pit or doing the mailbag, and I was just like, man, I just want to get back to this. All right.
Round 7. We're in the greasers right now.
Round 7 at pick number 227. Let's go with
get a QB.
Quarterback and two-time back-to-back defending national champion, Stetson Bennett, as one of the options. Because he's available. Why not? Let's do it. Let's just get weird. Let's just have fun. Like, it's the 7th round. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm going to do draft 1. So here is on your screen, here's the players that you, the Who Dat Nation, have drafted so far. Seeps, you were on top of that shit during that, dude. Shout out you. Stetson Bennett as your first option. I'm also going to throw in I need another quarterback. Is there any fun quarterbacks here? Let's see. Let's filter by position. Quarterbacks. All right. Max Duggan.
Oh, God.
Let's get weird. Max Duggan is an option.
Save one for the last pick, too.
Yeah, we'll save one for the last pick.
Duggan versus Bennett.
What else? So we have a tight end, edge, running back, linebacker, wide receiver. Let's go. Let's find a safety. Jason Taylor, the second out of Oklahoma State.
Safety.
Yep, safety. And then we still need an offensive lineman. So let's go. You need guard help more than anything. There's a lot of tackles available. Let's not do an offensive lineman. Let's go. Should we double up at defensive line maybe?
I feel like round 7, just BPA.
BPA? All right, Corey Trice. Corey Trice is the BPA right there. The cornerback out of Purdue. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys. Y'all make the pick. 2 minutes are on the clock right now. 2 minutes are on the clock. Let us know. Chris Coleman wants a cornerback. Well, a cornerback is available for you, Chris. Corey Trice, the corner out of Purdue, is available. You also can go get Jason Taylor. I spelled Taylor Tayson. Doesn't matter. Jason Taylor, safety at Oklahoma State. He's not getting any votes anyway. Stetson Bennett. He's leading the vote, but Max Duggan also available. So Jason Taylor's getting some votes now. Jason Taylor's getting some votes. Courtney says she's a big Max Duggan fan. Let's go CB because why not from Seth. Don't forget, if you send in a super chat, you lock in the picks. If you send in super chats, you lock in the picks.
This is getting close between
This is getting
Stetson
close.
and Duggan here.
Stetson Bennett, Max Duggan. It looks like it's going to be one of these two guys. It's going to be one of these two guys. It looks like it's going to be one of these two. It's tied. It's tied. 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Get those votes in.
1 minute left.
Super Chat can win it, too.
Super Chat will win it. Here's what we'll do. $10. $10 for either Stetson Bennett or Max Duggan, and the pick is yours. The pick is all yours. $10 and you make the pick. You make the pick. Normally you have to pay $50 to make the pick, but you get to make it right here, right now, if you send in $10. $10 gets the pick locked in for Stetson Bennett or Max Duggan. Shout out Max Duggan, TCU football legend, our in-house Chat Sports TCU legend, Harry Graham, him and his beautiful wife. They had their first son today, so shout out to them. Congratulations, y'all. That is so awesome. Can't wait to help coach baby PJ in Little League football. It's going to be fun. I know you're an LSU guy, but I'm not high in Mekhi Gardner at 40 time was bad. So, Buddy Bear, I do like LSU, but I'm an Arkansas guy. I do like LSU, but I'm an Arkansas guy first. I will always root true for my Razorbacks. I'm an alum, so kind of have to do it. All right. We're going to do 30 seconds. The vote is tied. The vote is tied somehow, some way. $10. Somebody's got to make the pick. Who wants to be the GM?
Who's got it?
Who wants to be the GM for a day? Who wants to be Mickey Loomis for a day? Courtney! Oh. She said in 5. Can somebody match it? I'm going to give you 1 minute to match it. We're going to bid. We're going to bid for a quarterback. Let's do a bid off. We're going to auction off one of these quarterbacks. We're bidding for him. Max Duggan has more heart and lays everything on the field. Half of TCU's games, they trailed, and he brought his team back. Duggan is a dog. He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him. You know who else is a dog? Quite literally, Stetson Bennett, because he is a bulldog. It's tied, guys. It's tied. Courtney is sending it over the edge to Max Duggan. 30 seconds left if you want Stetson Bennett. If you want Stetson Bennett, I need a $6 super chat at least. $6 at least. And you get to make, and we lock in Stetson Bennett. $5, though, locks in Max Duggan. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And John Borelli says, I want Max Duggan. I want the national champion quarterback that came up short. I want the future Red Rifle. I want Daddy Duggan, is what John Borelli says. So we're taking Max Duggan at pick number 227. All right.
One pick.
All right. One pick remaining, Saints fans.
Dude, those first 5 picks.
That is elite.
If that somehow was the Saints draft, look at the weapons you're getting on offense.
And defense.
And plus, you're getting Ivan Pace and Ojulari.
You're addressing multiple levels, too.
Oh, I love that. The Bryce Ford Wheaton at round 5 was just an elite pick.
Oh, you can't not take that. You had to take that. Shout out to me for thinking that the Panthers took him. I'm an idiot. All right. So in terms of let's go. It's BPA at this point. It's BPA. Marte Mapu. I don't know how to say it. Out of Sacramento State, safety. He's gonna be your first option. Marte Mapu. Jason Tate.
Where else? Yeah.
Marte Mapu. He is a safety out of Sacramento State. Jason Taylor.
Okay, Jason Taylor.
I clearly needed the safety out of Oklahoma State. I clearly need to do more research on the 7th round draft targets. So sorry, guys.
I'm in.
All right, let's go.
80% of them won't be making a roster.
Yeah, Troy Brown, linebacker out of Ole Miss, and let's go. Brett. No, I don't. We don't need to. Let's not do that. Let's do. Tyjae Mullen, cornerback out of Indiana. All right. Let us know in the live poll. Let us know in the chat who you want. Clyde said Courtney's finally right. Courtney's always right. If Courtney's wrong, I don't ever want to be right. She's never been wrong. She's the smartest person in the stream other than Well, not other than. She's up there with John Borelli and with Wild One and Lord Buddy Bear and all those other, wonderful
Mapu's a safety, right?
helpers. Huh?
Mapu's a safety.
Yes. Safety out of Sacramento State. All right, so let us know. I'm not on screen. Mark, I wasn't on screen because I'm a ghost.
He was invisible.
I'm a ghost. It's voodoo. It's crazy. It's all lit. All right, so type 1, type 2, 3, or 4. Marty Mapu, safety out of Sacramento State. Jason Taylor, safety out of Oklahoma State. Troy Brown, linebacker out of Ole Miss. Or Tyjae Mullen, cornerback out of Indiana. It's pretty much best available. If there's anybody that we haven't taken, if there's a player that you want, send in a super chat and say, is this guy available? And I can let you know. Darius Davis is available, wide receiver at TCU. A lot of names I haven't really heard. Dallas Daniels, Jackson State. Yeah, I mean, there's some names. There's some names for sure. Not some ones that I'm too familiar with, but it's a 7th round, so. Do you blame me? My bad. Show Enough wants Tyjae Mullen. Pelicans also wants Tyjae Mullen. D. Eugene wants Troy Brown.
Jason Taylor's in the
Looks
lead,
like
though.
Jason Taylor might get it. We're going to do 1 minute. 1 minute. Any super chat of any value makes the pick. We're just going to cut the deal. Any super chat of any value makes the pick. Who do you want the Saints to draft? Don't forget, we will be taking all the picks. We'll be compiling them together, and we'll be putting them in its own mock draft video that I'm sure I'm going to get torn to shreds about. How about that linebacker from Arkansas, Vudin? Sorry.
That was the one fumbling of the bag.
That was the one that we missed.
Yeah,
we got B.J. Ojolari.
And we got Pace, actually.
And you got Ivan Pace.
You got Ivan Pace.
A little bit smaller, but scrappy. What he doesn't have in size, he makes up for in heart and hard work, effort. Size does not matter to Ivan Pace. Bumper Pool! Fun fact, I do actually know him. I have known him since freshman year of college. He is from Lucas, Texas, went to Lovejoy High School. Met him a handful of times up at Arkansas. He's a great kid, very talented, very interesting player. Does a lot of really good things. I'm going to see if Bumper's available. Let's see. If Bumper's available, Bumper Pool's available. If somebody wants to send in a super chat.
Let us know.
Somebody wants to send in a super chat for Bumper Pool. Any super chat of any value, and we'll take Bumper Pool over Jason Taylor because that's what it looks like it's going to be. So fun fact, Bumper, I'm not going to expose his name that he had when he was born, but he had a different name when he was born and legally changed it when he was in high school to help with recruiting and because it just sounds sick. I mean, a linebacker named Bumper Pool.
Yeah, I don't blame
That's
him.
insane, dude. That is so tough. So tough. Courtney, it's not no way the TC wide receiver will still be there. It's not Johnston. It's not Quentin Johnston. It's the other. It's like his other guy, Darius, whatever. Lord Buddy Bear says he wants Bumper because it's a cool name. We're taking Bumper Pool.
All right.
Scrap all of it. We're taking Bumper Pool.
What position is he? Linebacker?
He's a linebacker. Arkansas legend, Bumper Pool to you, sir. I'll read you guys Bumper Pool stats here. Let me pull him up. Let's see if Tom has any draft notes on him, actually. I doubt he does. No way. Nope, he does not. All right, so, dude, this is PFF graded our mock draft a B. Actually, this is kind of a nasty mock draft. I'm not going to lie, dude. This is kind of a good one. You get Derek Carr some weapons. You boost the defensive line. You get depth and help at the running back position. You address your need at linebacker with somebody who can play hard. You go and get a project quarterback as somebody who can be a new practice squad guy. I just don't think that, Max Duggan is going to be a starter in the NFL, but it could be a guy that helps out otherwise. Bumper Pool, linebacker extraordinaire out of Arkansas. Coolest name out there. Coolest name out there. So here we go. Here we go. Here's Bumper Pool. He's a Saint. Huh?
His name's actually Bumper.
No, like legit. His name is Bumper. Like, again, I'm not going to expose what his original name was because only a handful of people know it. But Bumper Pool, 92 tackles, 2 sacks, 0 forced fumbles. He also... Dude, the thing about Bumper is he is a hard-hitting guy. He's somebody who likes to go seek out contact. He's a guy who likes to get into the defensive you Google Bumper Pool table show up, dude.
I looked it up. I couldn't find it.
Pool table show up. Bumper Pool. I'm going to do Bumper Pool football. All right, so I like Bumper Pool, man. He's my guy. He's a good football player. There's some funny stories that I have with old Bump.
Jason Taylor's from Oklahoma State.
Jason Taylor is the Oklahoma State safety. So strengths, he's tough between the tackles. He's a lot tougher than many expect. A bit stiff, but he has clean open field tackles. Like I said, he likes to make contact. He's not afraid of it, and he seeks it out and does it well. He shows good quickness off the line. He reads the quarterback and has good anticipation. In terms of weaknesses, he lacks some strength in the pass rush. Struggles to disengage whenever he does get met at the line. Too easily pushed past the pocket. So when he's trying to rush and get to the quarterback too easily, he's, getting out of there. He'll get pushed around at the point of attack. He's on the smaller side at 6'2", 232 pounds, but you can put on weight. You can get a little bit bigger, a little bit nastier. So, all right, how many people? We still got 64 people watching. This is Oha. Please don't tell me we're about to trade for Saquon. Trey, I talked about it earlier. You never know. They said the Russell Wilson wouldn't get traded, and he got moved. I don't think they'll trade for Saquon. It doesn't make much sense to him, but it's something that it's NFL buzz. It's something that's going on around the NFL, so we're going to talk about it regardless. A bit stiff, giggity. Yeah, Seth, you got me. So let's take a look at our mock draft. This is elite, guys. Just clap it up. Send the clapping emojis in there. Send the clapping emojis in the chat because you guys crushed it. At number 1 overall, Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame. Round 1, number 29 overall, excuse me. Round 2, number 40, B.J. Ojulari, edge rusher at LSU. Round 3, running back, Tyjae Spears out of Tulane, my favorite prospect in the draft probably. Ivan Pace, linebacker out of Cincinnati in round 4, a sneaky good one, as well as Bryce Ford Wheaton, one of the guys who might be the textbook definition of wildly big boom or wildly big bust in the draft, but I think that he's worth taking a 5th-round gamble on. Broderick Martin, defensive tackle, also taken out of Western Kentucky. TCU Horned Frog legend Max Duggan taken at pick number 227, and the Arkansas linebacker legend Bumper Pool taken with the 3rd to last pick in the 2023 NFL draft. So Clyde says Bumper Pool sounds like he will keep the running back right in front of him on the table. Absolutely he will. Yeah. He is a quality player. He's a good player, and he's the one that I'm excited to see if he is able to translate his talents to the NFL. I hope he gets the opportunity to do that, and I hope that he gets to showcase his talents. Indo says he's good. Trust me. Yeah, he is. Show Enough says maybe that mock draft is Maine that mock draft is Donkey Kong. Show Enough, don't yell at me. Y'all the ones who made the picks. I don't know why you're yelling at me for, bro.
Also, if these are the Saints' first 5 picks.
If you're telling me those first 5 picks you aren't in love with?
I mean, those are elite.
You're telling me those first, especially your first 3. You get Derek Carr, a tight end, another tight end. You get B.J. Ojulari to line up opposite of Cam Jordan. You get Tyjae Spears, who everyone in the Who Dat Nation wants. You get Ivan Pace in the 4th round, a hard-hitting, bad mamma jamma. I love him. I think it's a great mock draft, guys. I think y'all did great here. Y'all crushed it. If you want to hang out, if you want to chop it up, Seatman, you can go home, man. You can check out if you want to. It's it is only $4.50. You can check out, and I can just dick around unless you want to keep hanging out. Let's get into it. I love it. It's bananas. It's bananas. Okay, I thought Donkey Kong was bad. I thought it was like, no, that's like, it's like, I don't know. I just thought it was bad. No, sure enough. I agree. It is a great draft. How close are you to beating Chugs? In a beer boot? Not close. I can beer bong quicker than him for sure. Not beer boot. But we do have an offer on the table. $100 super chat. Are they live on Raiders? No. Are they live on Raiders? No, they're not. I was gonna say that's tomorrow. $100 super chat. I'm going to do a beer bong, and I'm going to pour some cookie dough flavored whiskey in there. Get really weird. Yeah, I need to take a screenshot of this so that way I don't forget it tomorrow. That would be sublime. That would be sublime. Yeah, I was asking John Borelli. He just got his boot. Oh, Borelli! You just got your boot? That's elite, dude. That's elite. I can't wait to see all the videos on IG and Twitter. Same with you, Buddy Bear. Also, Buddy Bear, I love the new hard hat. I love the new hard hat. It's fresh. Thomas Lathers, he's clapping it up because he is a G and he's a real one, and he's proud of what he was able to do in this mock draft. So last time we went live, we got to $600. I don't expect that to happen whatsoever, but I'd love to get to $200. We're sitting at $130 in Super Chat right now. Don't feel like you have to. Don't feel like you need to. But I know that the Browns report is live, and right now, and they're currently sitting at $300. Can we at least close the gap? Can we close the gap? I don't want to. We beat the Browns on the field in the blizzard in their own stadium because Deshaun Watson sucks. Can we beat him here too? Again, I'm not going to ask you to do it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I know that the Who Dat Nation, they are competitive and they love to win. So that's why I'm asking Who Dat Nation, do y'all want to get this thing going? We're about 60. We're about $60, $70 away. We're about $70 away from 200. Yeah, take L's all day. And Browns are going to be eating all these L's. We got to beat them in the super chats too, though. Matthew Peterson, I love him. He's a legend, but we got to beat his channel. Jeremy Chugs is an animal from John Brelli. That is a fact. He is very, very good. He's a real one. He's a legend. They take L's all day. All right. I'm getting word in my ear from the bosses. We need to start doing shot clock. So y'all know the drill. 2 minutes, any super chat keeps us live. 2 minutes, any super chat keeps us live. If you want to keep us live, you just send in a super chat. You can ask a question, share a hot take. You can give me a draft prospect, and I'll give you some analysis. You can ask me about anything. Ask something to producer Patrick Seatman. And also, can you guys do me a favor and type PS in the comment section? Because producer Seeps has been on his game like I've never seen it, and it's just been this show would not have gone as well as it did unless it was for Seaman. This was the first time we had ever done a fan-led mock draft, and I think it went really well. And it's all credit to Seeps.
I was impressed with the first 5 picks. I think the first 5 picks, honestly, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Saw shout out to Who Dat Nation. They just know ball.
Yeah, Who Dat Nation knows ball. Unlike Broncos country.
No.
They don't know ball.
They don't know ball.
They don't know ball. They have Sean Payton, but they still don't know ball. A- mock, B+ mock. Show enough. Thomas Lathers, Jarrell. I'm sorry if I have the name or the pronunciation incorrect. John Borelli, D. Eugene. All type in there PSs for my guy Patrick Seaman, producer Seeps.
Appreciate
the
it, guys.
living legend himself. All right, 1 minute remaining. Any super chat of any value keeps us live. If you want us to keep hanging out and having a good time, we need some super chats. Unfortunately, we got to give up the studio space. I think the Falcons channel might be coming in here. So if you really want to cuck the Falcons and screw them over more than they do to themselves, just send in a super chat. Just send in a super chat. It's pretty easy. But that being said, the super chats, they aren't just going to me and Seatman's pocket. It's going to building more studios, expanding our staff here at Chat Sports, getting new equipment.
Oh, yeah.
It's going straight back into providing y'all better and more consistent content. So it goes right back to you guys. You're investing in yourselves and in the fan base of the Who Dat Nation. So, all right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna make sure there's no Venmos that I missed. And all right. John Borelli says he's saving for tomorrow. Haha. Okay. Lord Buddy Bear. He got it in right at the buzzer. 2 more minutes on the shot clock. 2 minutes back on the shot clock. F the Falcons and FTB12. Everyone type F Falcons, FTB12. Just spam F Atlanta, F ATL, F the Falcons, F Tom Brady. F the Pigeons, F the Dirty Birds. Type 28-3. Type 0 rings. Type you wasted Julio's entire career.
Literally.
You know, imagine having an MVP quarterback and wasting Julio Jones's career.
Seriously.
Incredible. The fail cants from Courtney, I love it. F the Pigeons from John Borelli. F from Black Dollars University. F Tom Brady from Lord Buddy Bear. F the Dirty Birds from D. Eugene. F the Falcons from Dylan. 0 rings from Show Enough. Well, you know, it'd be a big, middle finger to him is if we just keep the super chats going.
Kick them out of studio.
Yeah, where they wouldn't even be able to come into the studio. Wouldn't that be fun?
Their fans won't get a video.
Their fans don't. Yeah. Not only does their channel not get a video, but the fans and the subscribers don't get content either, which is hilarious.
It could actually affect the fan base.
It could affect the fan base.
It could affect the city of Atlanta.
Dude.
Because then mental health goes down.
Exactly.
Crime goes up in Atlanta.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, we're not going to sit here and say Atlanta's a bad city and it sucks.
Fuck Atlanta.
It's just who wants to ever live there, you know? New Orleans is way better.
Yeah, New Orleans is a better city. I'm actually a fan of Atlanta.
I do love Atlanta. I really do love Atlanta.
City,
I've been to Atlanta. I have some family from right outside of Atlanta. I do love visiting Atlanta. It's a good time. But New Orleans.
But fuck their football team.
But fuck the Falcons. They're a bunch of losers. Imagine wasting Julio Jones' career. Imagine thinking Desmond Ridder can win you a division. Imagine thinking that Kyle Pitts was a good pick.
Not trading
for
Lamar.
He sucks, dude. Kyle Pitts has less touchdowns on American soil than, I don't know.
A lot of players.
He only has 2. I'm trying to think of somebody who has 3 or 4, a really bad player, but I couldn't think of one. I think, I think Taysom Hill has more receiving touchdowns in the last 2 years than Kyle Pitts does, which is pretty funny.
Definitely.
It's pretty funny. There's better food in New Orleans. I would agree with Clyde. Or Endo. I would agree. All right. 10, 9, 8. Keep the Falcons out of the studio. And they failed Michael Vick from John Borelli. That is a fact. All right. I'm going to let it take a couple seconds for delay. I'm going to go ahead and say my thank yous, and I appreciate all y'all for hanging out and tuning in today. Can't wait for the NFL draft and the NFL schedule release.
Facts.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see how this whole season is going to pan out. It's going to be a good time. If you haven't already and you're still hanging out with us, Who Dat Nation, please remember to subscribe. And John Borelli said, nope, you're staying. Sorry, Patrick.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry, Patrick. John Borelli said we're staying. Said FATL. FATL. All right, I'll make you a deal. If we can get to $200 in Super Chats, we are currently sitting at $137. We are at $137. What does that mean? That means we are 63?
63?
64 away? 63 away?
Yeah.
63 away from I will put on the mask and I will do a beer bong. I will do a beer bong in the mask. But it's F Atlanta from John Borelli. We party harder. We party harder. We party harder than Fairy Tale Atlanta. Facts. Have you ever been on Bourbon Street? Bourbon Street is not for the weak. There are seriously at least 5 or 6 people in this office who could not go out on Bourbon Street for their own good. There are a couple of people who if they went out, it legitimately would be concerning. I would actually be scared.
I gotta head down there for Mardi Gras one of these years.
Dude, I want to do it so bad. Got hit Patos, go get a hurricane. Go hit Go hit Willie's Chicken, get some food when you're hammered at
Willie's
2 a.m.
Chicken just sounds good. Oh my God, I almost had a country accent come out. Sounds good.
It sounds good.
Sounds splendid.
Sounds like some finger licking goodness.
Down in Louisiana.
Down in Louisiana. In Louisiana.
Who that? Who that gonna beat them Saints?
If you want to keep the F Atlantas going, if you want to keep the Falcons fans pissed off and bitter because that's all they'll ever be, send in a super chat. We are 63 away from me doing a beer bong with the mask on.
That's it.
0 rings, 0 success, 0 fan base, 0 quarterback.
0 success.
Spot the lie. Spot the lie.
Seth and Courtney, the chat MVPs from today.
Yes. Apparently you're supposed to... Okay, here's what I'll do. Every super chat is beads. Since we're talking about Mardi Gras, we're talking about Bourbon Street. Every super chat is beads. Y'all know the drill. I got my bag of beads. I got all my goodies. Every super chat from here on out is beads, and I'm dedicating those beads to you. I will bless the beads. I will dedicate them to you. They will be your beads for the day. You guys want a Scooters? Who wants to be the Scooters chicken bead? Who wants to be the Scooters chicken MVP? Look at these beads. Look at these beads. Who wants to be the Scooters chicken MVP? This one is for you if you send in a super chat. This one is all for you if you send in a super chat. I'll put on the Scooters chicken beads for you and you only if the super chat comes in. I mean, look how dope it is. You got drumsticks right up here. You got Scooter down here. It's hilarious. NOLA means no one likes Atlanta. Facts. Dude, I love that. That is elite. That is elite. Nah, bro, even Shreveport is better than Atlanta. Dude, y'all are getting ruthless. Yeah, somebody's about to say, yeah, even Slidell is better than Atlanta. Somebody's about to get real reckless and say Slidell is better than Atlanta. Baton Rouge, definitely better than Atlanta. There are no po' boys in Atlanta. 504, who dat? Yes, sir. What do y'all get in your po' boys? Shrimp? I go fried shrimp. You go cat. You know, I know some people get catfish. I know some people do some weird shit, but nah, bro, not Slidell. Yeah, Slidell. Some people are talking. All right, 1 minute left to claim your beads. 1 minute left to claim your beads, and we got to get out of here. Are we gonna get to 200? Or can we do it, Who Dat Nation? Bro, even Lafayette. Don't do Lafayette that dirty. Don't do Lafayette that dirty. They're way better. They're way better than Atlanta. This is getting wild. It's getting wild. And John Borelli claimed it. These are the John Borelli Scooters beads. And I will be putting them on in his honor. These are the John Borelli Scooters chicken beads. He says, let me know when we're going down to Bourbon. We're getting down. John, you don't ever have to tempt me with a good time because I'm trying to get to Bourbon Street like yesterday. I really am trying to get there yesterday. So if I ever come up with a trip, if I ever find a trip that works out, like on terms of time off for me and you, like I'm going to be including you in the plans. I have some LSU beads you could pass out. Hey, if you want to mail some beads, you want to mail some Saints gear, if you want to mail some whatever, we can wear it on the stream. We can shout you out, show you some extra love on the chat. If you just DM me on Twitter, I can send you the mailing address. Honestly, I think it'd be cool if some people started sending in their own beads that we could wear on the stream, and we could, it'll forever be, if Courtney sends in beads, these will forever be the Courtney beads. It could be kind of something cool we start doing and get a cool little bead collection going, where everyone gets to receive some love and show some love. All right, 141 away. That means we're $59 away from 200. Who's going to get us there? Who wants to help get us to $200? And who wants to help keep the Falcons fans miserable, sad, and without content? Because that's what I'm here to do. Nick Roloff, my newest Twitter troll, he's trying to get in here. He literally has opened the door twice and said, get the hell out. And I said, no. Super chats keep coming in. I get to stay. That's how it works. That's how this works. Shrimp, hard to beat from Courtney in terms of what's the best po' boy. I would agree. I have some LSU beads from Clyde. Want to bet on Metairie being better than Atlanta? Oh, Metarie's so better.
Did you say something about the Falcons?
Producer Rolly's in the studio. He's trying to kick us out, guys. He's trying to kick us out.
Did I hear some shit talking about my Falcons?
Is this unmuted? Can they hear him?
Yeah.
They can hear him? Rolly, there might be some people talking some shit about your Falcons.
Well, why would you talk shit about the Falcons? They have a better defense, a better coach, and they have the better quarterback heading into the next year. And they have the better wide receiver one. So I don't really know what the Saints are trying to say over there. And they stole Ryan Nielsen. He would rather coach the Falcons than the Saints. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you guys just going to let that happen?
Two players.
Are y'all just – and you, not to mention you stole David Onyemata and Caden Ellis.
Yeah, Caden Ellis actually said this. He didn't actually say this, but he said the Falcons is a way better franchise.
Are y'all just going to let that happen? Are y'all just going to let that happen? Come on. Come on now. Come on now. You can't let him say that kind of shit on my show. Show enough. He sent $10. We're staying live. We're staying live.
We've been live for like 8 hours.
2. We did a fan-led mock draft, which took forever.
Yeah, we heard you said Max Duggan won a national championship.
No, I said he was the runner-up. You can go check the tape, but go fuck myself, I guess. Check the tape. I said what I meant, and I meant what I fucking said.
You have the whiskey or what?
I wish. Can you bring it in here? Yeah, I really do. Are the boss is still here? Bitchin'. All right. When you get that glow, who dat master? All right. We're going to put on some beads for my guy. Producer Rolly says the Falcons are going to win the division. Hold my sweat. Hold my sweat. All right. These 3, I'm going a little green, a little purple, and a little yellow for my guy. Show enough. Yeah,
Dude, that smells very good.
It's pretty amazing.
Dude, did y'all get some of that last night? It's so good. It's so good. All right, Lord Buddy Bear. I got it.
Lord Buddy Bear.
No free sponsors, but I got it. $10 shots. $10 shots until the stream is dead. $10 shots. All right, when you get that glow, who dat master? Here you go. That's all you showing off. Lord Buddy Bear repping beads in the 307. We're gonna put on some beads for Buddy Bear, and because he's such a legend, we're gonna put on some big beads.
Tonight.
We're gonna put on some big beads here.
Oh, he went to Coppell, right?
Yeah.
Yo, guys, I'm back
here.
on the lunch break. What did I miss? Mikey, we finished the mock draft.
He was our best player last year.
Mikey, we finished the mock draft, and it was so good. It was so good.
Apparently between Kansas State and Texas for A. Smith.
It was so good.
No.
$10, I'm doing a shot. $10, I'm doing a shot, and I'm really thirsty, so someone help me out. $10, I'm taking a shot of this cookie dough whiskey. And yes, it is amazing. $5 from Courtney. Tell that guy to put the drugs down 28-3. You know what? Courtney's a real one, so. It's so good. The minute it touches your lips, it's so good. All right, Courtney. Gonna put on some more beats for you, girl. Gonna put on some more beats for you. Whoever sends in a $20 super chat or more, you get the power beads in your honor. You get the power beads in your honor. Y'all know about the power beads. We brought these out when the Saints beat the Browns. First time we showed these on the stream, they beat the Browns. So that was elite. Courtney, these ones are for you, girl. We're close to 200. We're inching away. The chat sports studios are getting crazy. Starting to get lit. Mikey just in time to watch to end the pigeons. Trizzy, what we got to do to cancel the pigeon stream? So let me message the bosses and let me see. Let me message the bosses. Let me see. Let me message the bosses and see what they have to say. All right. So just message the bosses. Just message them. Let's see what they have to say. Let's see what they have to say. John Borelli, he wants to end the Falcon stream. John, you hate the Falcons, and I love it. I love it. Don't forget, $10 super chats. We're doing some shots. Any super chat of any value, we're putting on beats in your honor. Derek Carr being born on 3/20. Yes, his birthday is March 28th. It was destiny for him to be a Saints quarterback / always beat the Falcons / own the Falcons. Because it's called how it was. He was great with the Raiders. He was a legendary player with the Raiders. So I'm not going to say that he wasn't. All right, you got to give him credit where he was, and you have to, give the respect due. He was great with the Raiders. He really was. All right, Boss has just replied. If we get a singular $100 super chat, we can cancel the stream. Or we can push it back. If we get to 300, we cancel it. So if we get $100 super chat, Falcons has to be pushed back another hour. If we get to 300 in total, the stream is they don't get a video, they don't get a stream. Yep, JB, my Venmo's open, my guy. Let me pop up. Uh-oh. See if I'm going to get the Venmo graphic ready. Oh, no. John Borelli, he's lurking. John, I also know you said you wanted to save for tomorrow's stream because that's going to get lit too. So don't feel like you have to send in a super chat. But if you really want to help me, shove it to the Falcons, I think we can. I really think we can.
Bro, what the fuck?
What happened?
This just doesn't have any graphics.
The Venmo thing, it's like messed up. Fuck, that's weird. Hey, Andrew Coleman. Hey, buddy, do you think we're going to end up with Saquon? I don't think we do. I think that it would make more sense for the Saints to draft a running back. There's definitely pros and cons to bringing in a guy like Saquon Barkley, but I think you're better off going with a player in the draft like Tyjae Spears or a Jahmyr Gibbs or something of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and Mikey Taylor, $20. $20. Are you in the Venmo sheet? Okay, I'm gonna put the right Venmo QR code in there. Because I know mine's not in there. If it'll open. All right. Hold on, Mikey. F the Dirty Birds. Who dat? All right, I'm going to give a quick little one of these. Mikey, this is all for you. It's a good thing that's sweet. Oh, dude. Have you ever, accidentally, have you ever had chocolate milk, from the Hershey's bottle or whatever, and you stir it up, and you get a sip that, at the very bottom, when you're drinking it, and it's nothing but syrup, or, the chocolate syrup, and it's amazing? That's what that just was. I kind of reacted because I thought it should be worse, but, it was actually fire. It was actually fire. All right. So, my Venmo is, holy shit. All right, y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Hold on. We're getting all the beads on. We're getting all the beads on because it's a special occasion. It's a special occasion. It's a special occasion because our guy John Borelli, he's feeling dangerous and he hates the Falcons for wasting Julio Jones. John Borelli! Bang! $200 super chat from John Borelli! Everyone get the JBs in the chat. Everyone spam JB. 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 Oh my goodness gracious, JB. Show Enough is sending JB. Lord Buddy Bear sending JB. Indo sharing JB. Oh my goodness. Show Enough. Oh my goodness. It's insane. It's insane, dude. John. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, John, I legit can't say thank you enough. I really can't. It means the world, the amount of support that you show Saints Now by Chat Sports. It really does mean the world. You, Buddy Bear, Wild One, all of Raider Nation. All of Raider Nation showing love is incredible. I can't wait to eat that chip for you guys tomorrow. I was a little scared, I'm not going to lie. But I can't wait to eat that chip tomorrow now. I am so amped up. I'm so excited. I want to get this thing going right now. I'm so excited for tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. All right. I'll be watching from John Borelli. Dude. John, you are truly a legend. You are a saint. You are truly incredible. All right. I'm going to do a chug for John here in a second, but I'm going to answer Kendall Taylor's question. Should the Saints trade Glassman, Traquan Smith, and a third rounder at number 71 for Hunter Renfrow? Draft Kalijah Kancey and somehow draft Jahmyr Gibbs. Kendall, I love that plan, actually. I really like that plan. Get rid of Traquan Smith. You don't really get much out of him. I think you could get more out of Hunter Renfrow than you do right now for Traquan Smith. I think that you can definitely get Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he is attainable. At number 40, that'll be pushing it. But if you really, really want him, that is, you could go and get him, trade up for him in the second round, go get him at 29. I don't know if I'd spend a first on Jahmyr Gibbs. John Borelli, it is 2 beer bongs, and it is canceling the pigeons. It is both. It is both because you are a legend. Yeah, could you grab could you grab a Happy Dad as well? John Borelli. All right, does anybody want to try and beat that? Anybody want to try and beat that? Does anyone want to try and beat JB? Because I don't think anybody's going to do it. I don't think anyone's going to be able to do it. I don't think anyone's going to be able to do it. John Borelli has proven himself to be the legend of all legends. He is the GOAT of all GOATs. So I'm going to open this up. I want you guys to use hashtag Saints, do it in a super chat. Let's just talk ball. Let's talk Saints football, man. Let's talk NFL football. Let's talk college ball. I just want to talk ball. I don't want to talk about nonsense. I want to talk ball. Let's talk some ball. Send in a super chat. Send in a question with hashtag Saints, whatever you want. Like Saints fans, Raiders fans. You could be a Browns fan for all I care. I just want to talk ball. I want to talk, and I want to get to know what you guys have to say. Did you grab a dad? You're all good. You're all good. Sorry, buddy. All right. Nah, Raider Ron is the true GOAT around Chat Sports. Raider Ron is a GOAT. John, so it's like, so our Raiders report with Mitchell Renz, they have a Mount Raidermore. They have a Mount Raidermore, which I actually want to introduce at some point here on Saints Now. I would call it the Golden Gang. I would call ours the Golden Gang because I'm not going to take the Raiders' name. I would call it the Golden Gang. So basically it's like the five or six most, the real ones, the biggest supporters, the big hitters, if you will. The guys that you say, hey, we're going live. We want to have some fun, and they're the first ones in, the last ones to leave. So we're going to do 2 beer bongs. I'm going to do 2 bongs. Saints, rate the Razorbacks recruiting. All right. For basketball, we just shout out Eric Musselman. He just went and got a Temple grad. He's going to be elite. They did get a 4-star quarterback. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. They got a 4-star quarterback for the football team, for the Razorback football team. That's going to be a good dual threat guy. Should be a good successor to KJ Jefferson because it'll be fun. Hey, can I get in there? Seth send in a hashtag Saints or what super chat. We can definitely pop you up. We're gonna keep JB up though for just another minute because, I mean, $200 isn't that's not a light donation. So we want to make sure we give him the love that he has earned and especially for supporting us consistently and always. All right, a little bit of whiskey. I'm excited. I don't know if excited is the right word. I'm like intrigued to see if this will be good. Hold on, I'm gonna. Can you tell I went to college in the SEC? Mixing up my beer bong. Is that just disappointing? My mother is so proud of me. Richard Washington typing his PS because Patrick Seaman is a legend. I'm going to type my PSs as well after I take this down. This is number 1 for John Borelli. I might have to take a second in between, JB, but all right. As they say in the industry, spam chug. All right, one down. I'm not going to lie. Pineapple Happy Dad and cookie dough whiskey, not a great mix.
That sounds disgusting.
That being said, I have drank worse. Somehow, some way, I've drank worse. All right, let's go to Seth's question here. Hashtag Saints. Can you predict all of the NFC South records? All right, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to give it my best guess. I'm going to pull up some records. NFC. Well, let's go. So my Saints record prediction, I'm saying they'll win 10 or 11 games. I think they either go 10-7 or 11-6. I think that the highest, I could even see them getting up to 12 wins, but I think that it's realistically 10-12 is a fair, is fair for them. I think the Falcons, I'm going to say Falcons will win 7 games. They'll win 7 or 8. Panthers will win. It's going to greatly depend on which quarterback they take. I think C.J. Stroud might be a better fit for the Panthers, but I think that they might take Bryce Young because of all the hype with it. I'd say the Panthers win 6 or 7. I think the Bucs win like 4. Like, they're just not going to be good. I don't think the Bucs are going to be good. I don't know if Baker's that guy. I don't think he's that guy. So, All right, let's move to Mikey Taylor. Trace, what would you think? I mean, these guys are just on the mark, dude. They're on the mark. Is it having trouble pulling? Did I type Saints in there?
There we go.
All right.
Is that? Yeah.
What do you think of if the Saints drafted West Virginia wide receiver Bryce Ford Wheaton? So I'm going to share some of the draft notes on Bryce Ford Wheaton. And actually, but after we get to that, I'm going to show you guys what our Who Dat Nation mock draft looked like. There's no Bryce Ford Wheaton stats in here, is there? Nope. Okay. All right, Bryce Ford Wheaton. Let's go to it. Don't you have graphics on him?
Yeah.
All right, give me one sec, guys.
He only put up like 700 yards last year. It's not the most production in college.
Yeah.
But he's just tall, fast.
The production isn't as great as you want it to be, but the attributes, the physical traits, the qualities are there, and I think that he is a wildly big boom or bust guy. In terms of some other like just traits about him, give me one sec. I'm pulling it up. Oh, it's so close. Giggity. I also owe one more beer bong. Not giggity. Come on, Google, work with me here. Super Chat's give me a new laptop because mine sucks. Mine's just so bad. I've been stuck on this for a minute. All right. Yeah, he's good. He's a good player, and I think that it's a good player to go get, in the fifth round. There's good value there. So let's take a look at the Who Dat Nation mock draft. Mikey, since you weren't here, you were working and all that fun stuff. Here's what the Who Dat Nation selected for their picks. In the first pick, you got Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame, at number 29 overall. Number 40 in the second round, B.J. Ojulari, edge rusher out of LSU. Third round, Tyjae Spears, running back out of Tulane. Fourth round, number 15 overall. Ivan Pace Jr., the linebacker out of Cincinnati. I think that those first 4 picks, and especially the 5th pick with Bryce Ford Wheaton, that's an elite first 5 picks. Like, if this is how the draft actually shook out, I think I would cry real man tears of joy. Broderick Martin in the 5th round, as well as Max Duggan and Bumper Poole, the quarterback out of TCU, the runner-up and the national champion. For everyone in the main studio that thought I said the national champion, I said the runner-up to the national champion. Go check the tapes. Bumper Poole, the linebacker out of Arkansas. Great name. Well, let me rephrase. Great player, even better name. Even better name. I mean, you wouldn't want a linebacker named Bumper. It's pretty elite. And he's an Arkansas Razorback, so you know that they're great. All right. I'm going to do this beer bong, and then we're going to have to do another shot clock because, unfortunately, not everything in life we get. I wish I could stay here all night. Here's the deal. If somebody were to send in, like, I'll make this deal with you right now. If somebody sent in $500, I'll stay. I will personally stay live until, what time is it? 5:30? I'll stay live until at least 8 if somebody sends in $500. But I don't think that's going to happen. Seaman, obviously, I'm going to send him home. He does not have to stay here for my my father likes to call dumbassery. You like that?
Dumbassery?
Dumbassery.
Never heard of it.
You like that? That's an old referee saying. My dad's a ref, if you didn't know. All right. This isn't going to be good. Second one down the hatch for John Borelli. $500 super chat. I'll stay live until 8 p.m. because why not? John, the Pigeons are canceled. They're done. They ain't going live in here. This is not their studio. This is my studio today. This is our studio. And Seaman's. The 3 of our studio. It's our 3 studios, okay? This is our studio, JB. No one else's. This is our studio. Courtney says, I'm out, guys. Catch y'all later tonight if still live. Courtney, we'll see you later if we're still live. Hopefully we are. Also, I hope that I didn't get myself into some trouble. I'm going to put this down real quick.
Shout out to Borelli. Nah, Seth, I did my job. Borelli, you did more than enough. Appreciate it as always.
Yeah, Borelli. Don't. You did your job. You got us to 300. The goal was to get to 300, and we did it. Don't. Unless, just kidding. Is there a trash can in here? Because I need to get the bubbles out of here. Ugh, that was... John, that wasn't good, dude. The first thing about that is it wasn't good and also sucked. It was just 2 things I have to share to you. It's just 2 things. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm going to put 2 minutes on the shot clock. If anyone other than John Borelli wants to super chat to keep us live, we will stay live. Otherwise, Seaman and I are going to get out of here. I'm down to stay until 8 or 9 or whatever and just goof around and turn up for a little bit. But we'd need a $500 super chat. It would be kind of crazy. So I'm going to start 1 minute on the timer. 1 minute remaining. Otherwise, me and my guy, producer Seeps, are getting out of here. Richard Washington sending his F Atlanta's facts. I can't stand Atlanta. Good people, good food, bad football team. My roommate's girlfriend is from Atlanta, and she's a big Braves fan. And the last 3 times that we've gone over there to hang out, Seeps, she's had the Braves game on. And I keep giving her shit about how the Braves are bad. And she's like, no, they're actually good. And when I was over there, they were down 15-3 at one point. It was hilarious. It's really funny. Lord Buddy Bear saying F Tom Brady. Man, I hope Buddy Bear isn't on delay because I would love for him to see that $500 super chat incentive and come through. I'm not saying that we need it, but it would be dope. It would be dope. I know Lord Buddy Bear is a legend like that. John Borelli, who dat? Tune into Raiders tomorrow to watch Trizzy eat the hottest chip. We will get down. Yeah, who dat nation? Oh, I'm not on delay. You're just saying F Tom Brady. Yeah, F Tom Brady. He sucks. Thank you. Lord Buddy Bear. The hard hat. The new hard hat is so dope. I saw the pictures on Instagram. It's so clean, dude. I'm a big fan of it. I like it a lot. You got the Raiders one, you get the Harley Quinn one, you got to have a little bit of variety, you know? Depends on how you're feeling. It's pretty dope. Yes, Who Dat Nation, I will tomorrow afternoon be eating the world's spiciest chip with Mitchell Renz. It's not going to be fun. I'm going to hate every second of it. Per Buddy Bear and John Borelli, I'm going to go and get Greek yogurt, not ice cream. Greek yogurt. First day award, I got oil all over it. Damn, bro. Keep it clean. You can wash it, right? You can wash it, right? Trace, what time are you eating that shit? Man, I think, isn't live on Thursday like 4?
That's a new thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, so their Thursday live show is like a new thing that they're starting. I want to say it'll be like 4 or 5. Okay, good. It came off. Good. Can't have the new helmet getting all dirty. No, can't be doing that. So I'll be eating that chip on the Raiders Report with Mitchell Renz at around 4 or 5 Central Time. I would just like go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications to that channel. That way you get the notification when we go live. And then, you can keep checking in. / stick around and watch John Borelli, Lord Buddy Bear, Wild 114. Watch all of those guys just blow it up and, have some fun because it is elite what they do on that channel. I hope one day that Saints Now by Chat Sports can get to that level. It'll take some work, but we're getting there. We're chipping away a little bit at a time. This is backwards. Oops, oh well. All right, y'all know the drill. All right, so 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left, and we're getting the hell out of here. It's been a legendary stream. It's been a fun one. We have a awesome mock draft done. We have just under $400. $400 would be sick. I'm just saying, we're 22 away from 400. Like, that interval would be nice. I'm saying thank you, but that interval would be pretty cool. I will say that. I'm an intervals guy. I like to keep things simple. My dad taught me KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So 400 is a nice little interval. Hunter Renfrow might be traded to the Saints. Hunter Renfrow could be a good addition to the Saints. It could be a fun one. John Borelli, Mikey, you'll have a good time, brother. Yeah, Mikey, trust me, Raiders Report gets down, dude. It is so much. Like, if you think what we do is entertaining, I model a lot of what I do after what Mitchell Renz does. I model how I present Saints media. I model what I do on live shows. I try to have fun and bring energy, but keep it entertaining yet informative and interactive and like a family, like similar to Mitchell Renz. I sat across from him for months when I first started, and we were able to do that. What's popping? What happened with Saquon? Romel, sorry, brother. We already talked about Saquon, so I know that's why I know you're curious what's going on there. We're talking about the possibility of trading for Saquon Barkley because he's not signing the franchise tag with the Giants. I shared my thoughts as to why I don't think it makes sense for the Saints to explore it, but it is a trade rumor nonetheless, and it's notable NFL buzz, so we're going to talk about it here on Chat Sports because that's what we do. We want to talk about anything and everything that involves football. Saints have a need at running back, so it makes sense. How many tight ends will Taysom Hill have? I'm going to guess he's going to have 5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to say 10 rushing and 3 receiving. So what is that? 18 total touchdowns. I think he could have 18 total touchdowns. Like I think with Rashid Shaheed in year 2, Chris Olave in year 2, you have a better running back core than you did last year. Especially you could add more talent in the draft. I think it could be a really big year for the Saints. Who should wear number 0 for the Saints? I'm going to say Smoke Monday because no smoke. That would be fire. Taysom Hill wearing 0 would also be fire. Rashid Shaheed 0, fire. Yeah, I think those would be all good ones. All right. Endo saying his piece. 10, 9, 8, 7. Any super chat keeps us live unless we are out of here. Thank you, Who Dat Nation. Today has been a fun one, and Raider Nation as well. Not just Who Dat Nation. Thank you, Raider Nation as well. And it's been, per usual, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. $380 in super chats on the day. We're $20 short of 400. I'm gonna drag on my goodbye to see if somebody wants to send us $20 to get us to 400. Otherwise, we got rid of the Falcon stream yet again. Back-to-back streams that we've done that. So shout out you guys. Y'all are keeping it going. Seth says, I got to go. Trace, have a good day. Kendall Taylor says, my draft picks, round 1, Felix Anudike Uzama. I love that pick. Mozzie Smith or Kalijah Kancey. All 3 of those I like as options for the Saints. All fill a position of need. All would be useful tools to help and get the Saints defense boosted, especially on a defensive line that's good but could use more talent. 40, I want Jalen Hyatt. 71, Tyjae Spears and Jahmyr Gibbs. I love it. Run that damn draft and let's have some fun, Kendall. F the Pigeons. You wasted Julio from John Borelli. Y'all have a wonderful day. Who Dat Nation, it's always a pleasure. We'll catch you next time. Y'all stay golden. Peace.